belated hello to you, YouTube. I apologize. You didn't miss anything, though. Just me talking about my mouth near phallic objects, so you did not miss anything. How long have I been putting off this Twitch update on my phone? How long have I been putting off this Twitch update? I think it's been months. Typical stream then, yep. Okay, let's start up the game, we, uh, last time on Amateur Deity Society, we got Sarah Issacott. We went back into the past by building a god program in the present. And now we have a young, white, nerdy, white supremacist who is pretending to be a time wizard in his isekai world. Oh my god, it is a white boy isekai. It is a white boy isekai. Oh no. Oh no, I'm going to screamy face because I just realized we are in hell now. We are in Sword Art Online hell. Although I have a friend who is really into Sword Art Online. And I'm like, you're not getting me to watch that. Where is... What was the really creepy music we were playing? Fearful Experience? There we go. And we, there we go. Now we're trying to guide Sarah through her hellscape when she was isekai'd a few years ago when she was 12. Is it bad I just now noticed my moon glows when I talk? You know what, we're not gonna talk about that. It's like, oh, I just now noticed that. Thank you, Loaf, for making sure I see the things in front of me at one point or another. But, let's go. Oh, hold on, let's, OMG, it does glow, I just noticed it too. Tonight is the night of revelations. Actually, you know what, let's go to a more... Do I have something that's like mysterious but not like weird? Like mysterious but is not, you know, that probably would not be the persona. Do the voice that calls maybe? Ooh. Oh wait, during the test. An unpleasant premonition. Oh no, that which escaped the darkness. No. You know, I'm realizing that there needs to not that maybe I should get the Metaphori Fantasio check because it might have more fantasy sounding stuff for when I do this kind of bullshit. The voice That the voice someone calls, okay. The voice someone calls. Oh wait, power the heart. Oh. Because I will protect you. That's a bit much. Oh wait, technically these are memories from like half a decade ago, so the memories from 10 years ago should work. It's still a bit too much for my taste. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I actually finally found it. Hold on. You know what? This might work. This might work. At the bottom of the canyon, the river rushes loudly by, drowning out any voices you might have heard from above. You're relieved to feel alone again, but one look at your hands and shoes recalls the field of bodies. You need to get clean. Wash up. The water is nice and cool. With some scrubbing, you can get yourself as clean of blood as you can hope without soap. Now that you are closer to fully calmed down, you notice the water feels odd, just a little thicker than you expect water to be. Oh no. It goes down nicely when you drink some though, so you put it out of your mind. Oh no. Gully Pop, you know, Rivers of Slime. Most people don't write Rivers of Slime unless you're writing for Rivers of Slime. Drinking the mystery water. It reminds me how everyone's like, glacier water is so clean, and everyone who has actually seen glacier water is like, oh, that's full of worms, honey. Them glaciers just filled with worms. Like all eldritch things, it's filled with worms. Worms all the way down and all the way back up. Okay, we're not swimming across. She's 12. The way downriver is blocked by boulders, by which a small pile of flotsam has accumulated. Inspect the pile. Oh wait, you kinda hope that other plants would have littering. It's mostly torn rope nets and wooden poles. You also find a woolly cloak that's a little large for you. To your astonishment, as soon as you remove it from proximity to the water, it completely dries out. Look it over. There are a few holes, but it's not so bad that you would have thrown it away. Equipped the woolly cloak. There's nothing immediately urgent to worry you beyond being lost and alone on an alien planet. It seems a good thing to go over everything you know. and while wearing this nice fashionable woolly cloak. It's level 1 gear, but you know, we all gotta start somewhere. You know, you either recently woken up from an older girl's weird dream, or your weird dream has just become more lucid. Details from the weird dream are already escaping you, but you remember the dreamer went down to this plant before you, and the old man told you to find her after you find him. The old man's name was hard to pronounce. Empathwig. You hope you aren't butchering it. You also seem to remember he was supposed to be a god or wizard or something to whoever lives here. So you wonder if your mom and dad are worried about you. The old man from the dream. The name sounds like King Pather. Oh God, that's a little different from how I was pronouncing it. King Patherig. King Patherig. King Patherig. King Patherig. Or stress on the paw. Keen paw. Keen. We're just gonna call him Keen and get it over. No, we'll try. Your own world. He said you ought to find him for help. If this is still a dream, you want to wake up. It's too bad that falling won't work. According to Keen Pathrig, you need to find her and wake her up. You hope it's implied you'll be able to go home afterward. Extends nearly wall to wall. There's even less riverbank on the other side. I guess we're swimming. You aren't much of a swimmer. Either way, that side of the river is where the scary soldiers were. Oh, woke up river. The river is so bendy. The river is bendy, so the canyon walls make it impossible to see far ahead. You think you really walked a mile? As you walk into the view of a wedding building, one of the feather people spots you and strangely, immediately scrambles inside. A wooden building with an enormous water wheel. High above, you see a whole village of similar buildings jutting out of the canyon wall in defiance of gravity. You suppose it's will. One side of it's built into the canyon wall. It completely blocks the way upriver. Makes you a bit dizzy looking at it. You take a more serious look, fighting the vertigo to do so. Some of the buildings have doors on the sides that lead to walkways. Others face straight down to what you would normally think would be death by falling if that were possible here. Not many of the feather people around, but you spot one walking up on the cliff face as if it were flat ground. Oh, they're goat bird people. We're 12. We're not going to try and climb it. Listen, we're in a dream. We're in another world. We do not need to listen to the impulsive thoughts now. Nobody answers, though you hear some rustling and panicked whispering behind the door. Watch for precariously hanging pedestrians. You see a few per minute. Upon further inspection, it doesn't appear that gravity's wrong. Clothes and objects hang downward as they should. It's almost like the feather people are sticking to the canyon walls by static cling. You have to wonder if this could be possible for you as well. Ooh, try to walk up it? Or just climb, whatever. Yeah, everyone's just goats. You awkwardly put one foot on the wall while trying to stay otherwise upright, but this accomplishes nothing besides making you look silly. Okay, back downriver. Walk up, river. Oh, wait. Rub it all over. In a matter of seconds, every hair on your head, every inch of your skin, and the very air around you crackle with the inundation of static electricity. You're not looking forward to when it discharges. You raise your foot. It clings fast to the canyon wall. After a minute convincing your brain that everything will be fine, you place your other foot on the wall as well. You need your hands to keep your head from bonking against the ground, but your feet and thighs are quite safe from falling. With the strain of your abdominals, you lean forward enough for the stag to pull on your upper body to counteract gravity as well. In a manner of speaking, you are now standing on the wall. Begin to walk. 20 yards out, the stag begins to weaken, but rubbing the cloak again keeps you safely charged. You quickly get the hang of moving around this way. For convenience's sake, you wrap the cloak around yourself. It's a decent fit, and you find it has pockets. A score of locals flee to the nearest stores as soon as they see you. Pockets? In a cloak? It's perfect, especially for a girl. A score of locals flee to the nearest stores as soon as they see you. If it weren't for the genuinely bewildering nature of everything that's happened to you lately, your feelings might be hurt by this. But every cloak needs, like, those really nice inside pockets. Like, especially near the top where you can, like, reach into them. But if you want to be, you know, modern, you have the pockets on the bottom of the cloak to, like, help with, like, swinging around dramatically. Knock on the door. There's no reply. Knock on the door. Again, nothing. It's going to be difficult getting Keymailer's address with everyone giving you the cold shoulder like this. As before, no response. This time, though, you hear scurrying footsteps behind you. You turn around and find yourself face to face with one of the feather people. You think this one's a she, is about your height. You can't threaten me. I'm prepared to die. You're unsure of what one is supposed to say to this as a conversation starter. Did Conan send you here? She flashes her claws at you. You take a step back, frantically trying to guess whether the right answer is yes or no. Ask who Croneon is. I've never heard of Croneon? I'm no fool. Honest, I have no idea who you're talking about. I just got here. Where could you come from where they don't know the god of time? Don't trifle with me. Oh, so they are pulling off the wizard as a god type of deal. I see. So, something tells me magic is more of a rare thing in this world, or at least super powerful mages. Keymailer. I desperately hope this doesn't backfire. Keymailer sent me. He told me to come see him. The feathered person covers her mouth, beak, and gasps. Truly? Across my heart. Your outer conversation partner begins murmuring to herself. Could this mean Croneon has finally found him? No, he said that wouldn't happen. There's no other way she can know the name. Anxiety mounts as this goes on. When she finally stops smiling, she stares at you for a second, then genuflects. This is about as uncomfortable for you as it is relieving. Forgive me, I have spoken in ignorance. I will take you to our god at once. She leads you around a bend, down to the canyon wall a little, and finally to the door of a small house. Touching the metal doorknob discharges the amount of static electricity that had surrounded you. But somehow the zap and the noise are both tiny and you feel no pain. Fortunately, you were standing on a platform, so you don't have to deal with falling and walking back up. You enter the house. Inside, a wave of deja vu sends shivers up your spine. Though the little resemblance is only fate, everything here is rougher and solid. This is certainly the place from the dream. The feathered person leads you to the study. The old man is in his chair as you expected. His eyebrows jump for a moment at the sight of you. Oh, great wizard. This small wizard has answered your summons. The old man strokes his chin and considers this. Interesting. I was expecting you eventually, to be sure, but to learn you had an invitation. That will be something to think about. You don't know if the expectation falls on you to explain the dream. Your instinct is not to speak until asked. Thank you, Lakshi. You may stay or leave at your pleasure. The feather person, Lakshi, retreats from the room, taking care not to turn her back to the old man at any point. I say, though, Sarah Kim, as I live and breathe. How old are you now? 12? Of course, the details are coming back to me. It was before we met, yes. I suppose I should err on the side of caution and not tell you my old name then. Oh, it's getting juicy. This is about as juicy as a good chicken. Who are you, really? Really? I'm not that different from you, just older. I grew up in the same town as you, went to the same high school, and there's nothing I can do now you can't learn yourself. As an example, he lifts up a finger, and a candle in the far corner that had gone out lights up again. Immediately afterward, he clutches his forehead as if dizzy. Ugh. Nothing comes as easy as it used to. How long have you been here? Many years. Not that I was young when I got here, far from it. For a long time I thought the aging process had simply been suspended. But I'm finally seeing more and more signs of decline. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. I'm very much on borrowed time. I will be here until I've done what I was meant to do. When can I go home? When you are done here. I can't tell you exactly how long that will take, but you will not have to wait as nearly as long as I have. I promise you that. It might be weeks, it might be months, but it won't be a year. You can understand how he means this to be reassuring, but it simply isn't. The dreamer. You told me earlier I have to find the dreamer and wake her up? Where is she? Ken Pothereg doesn't answer. He is lost in thought for some time. You're not the impatient type, but you almost ask if he heard you before he finally speaks up. I think I see your role in all this. Yes, you should be the one to wake her up. After that, I believe you can go home. She isn't exactly nearby. Worse yet, she's in what you might call the lion's den. Corneon hasn't found her yet, but he will if we're careless. It'd be safest if I send you to her straight away. The pained effort, Ken Pathway rises from his chair. When you get there, pay no mind to anyone or anything besides the dreamer. Tell her to come see me, and she will take care of everything from there. Are you ready? More out of an instinct to respond how people expect you than out of actual readiness, you nod. No! There was more lore! Kim Pathway puts his hand on your shoulder and closes his eyes. For an instant, your vision goes fuzzy and all sounds are distant. When the instant passes and everything is normal again, you are still where you were, except Ken Pathway is now falling over. You awkwardly catch him before he can hit the floor, then help him back to his chair. Oh, thank you. I suppose that was a bridge too far. Now what? Now, I'm afraid you'll have to walk. Your heart sinks. Don't worry, I won't send you alone. Lakshi. She enters the room at once. I'm here. May I implore you to escort Sarah to da 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 in clandestine fashion, naturally. She not only happens to notice the digits, but shudders at the sight of them. It will be done. She turns to address you. Had taken the liberty of informing the other villagers that you are a friend. Come see me when you are ready. She leaves the room again. Your destination is a house in the capital city of Croneon's followers. The inhabitants have kept her presence secret from their neighbors for some time. I suspect out of fear. Unless you have other questions, you should speak to Lakshi about your travel arrangements. You feel it would be prudent to ask about this Croneon first, at least. Ask about the locals. What are the people here called, exactly? People is in fact what they call themselves, and I dare say they are. In private, I confess I call them birds just as often. Are they friendly? Are people friendly? So I say that you'll find most of the ones who live here in Bluff Haven to be friendly enough. Now that Lakshi has kindly spoken for you, that is. Lakshi herself you'll find particularly friendly if worshipping the ground you walk on counts. Ask about gods and wizards. Lakshi called you a wizard, but she told me you were a god first. Do the words just mean the same thing here? That's a tricky question. Knows that we hear English, but I don't know what she and her people hear in their own heads. Maybe that asking them to call me a wizard instead of a god. All I've done is convince them to pronounce the same word in my presence. I see. I think I get it. So God and wizard are technically, I think it's more of I'm not sure what's really going on here, but I kind of like what's happening. Like God and wizard meaning the same thing. That is very interesting. Oh wait, let me make sure my... Okay. I just wanted to make sure my music was on. I was like double checking. First thing Lakshi asked me is if this Croneon person sent me. Why did she think that? It was a reasonable question. Croneon is the only human being under 90 years old anyone has ever seen. Until you, that is. More to the point, he has haunted these people for thousands of years. Thousands? Not continuously, he jumps around. They call him the Time God. Summon awe, most in fear. He spots key points in history, shows up and makes sure things go the way he wants. In the early centuries, he mostly limited himself to effecting shifts in culture and language per his taste. Since then, his greatest impact has been in battles. Keymailer closes his eyes and seems to concentrate for a moment. I think you just missed him, in fact. He killed about 1 in 5 of the insurgents on the battlefield where you just arrived. An awful feeling seizes you in the stomach. You break into a sweat. There's some time before you can bear to speak or listen again. Keymailer seems to understand. He doesn't rush you. Only when you stop shaking does he say anything. I apologize. Information is powerful here. Knowledge gained and connections made can affect the senses in unusual ways. When you're ready, you can change the subject. A few minutes later, you are... no more questions. I guess I should go. So you say, but nothing feels real right now. Good luck, and thank you. Don't rush yourself. It's far more important you get there at all than you get there quickly. Come back and ask me anything, if you need more help. You nod politely, say your goodbyes, and leave the house. Keymailer said you'll go home when you're done with what you have to do here. You really hope he's right. Hopefully he stays away from the present until you get home. Lakshi sits. The center of the town is no longer abandoned. The feathered people still give you a wide berth and eye you cautiously as they go about their business. But none of them flee in terror. Lakshi sits on a nearby bench with a map spread over her knees. She seems to be comparing routes. Talk to her. Excuse me? Lakshi sets down a map and gives you her full attention. I am at your disposal, small god. Could you call me Sarah? Of course, Sarah. You'll take mispronunciation over being addressed as a god any day. So, do you know where we're going? I do. All it requires a little time to plan our course and gather supplies. Okay. Is there anything I should do? She bows her head. I would presume not to saddle you with work. You get the feeling that word choice is going to be very important when talking to Lakshi. Is there anything I can't do? I admit there are 2 tasks which would hasten our departure if you were condescend to address them. Here, Lakshi leaves you hanging. What are they? If you insist I troll you with knowledge, it'd be wise if we secured a few bodyguards. There are lawless trails between us and the City of Time God's damnable acolytes. Just tell them we need to get past the Badlands. For the same reason, I meant to plead our god for a good luck charm. Keymailer? Himself, yes. It would perhaps be more proper if another of Godkind would petition on my behalf. I'll see what I can do. You are exceeding generous, great Sarah. Okay, Sarah, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. You're hesitant about the bodyguards, but asking Keymailer for a charm sounds simple enough. Leave Lakshi to your preparations. Ooh. Ooh. Go to the general store. If you take long enough, Lakshi will take care of finding and hiring bodyguards herself. The foyer lacks the array of electronics that had in the dream, but the sense that this is where the dream took place remains eerie. You gather he knew the dream when you were all in high school. How may I help you? Lakshi wanted me to ask you for a good luck charm. I should have anticipated that. I'm afraid I'm short of materials at the moment. This could be troublesome. Can't you just make one out of anything? Lakshi is not easy to fool, as you seem to think. Don't make that mistake. I'm sorry. It's alright. Suffice to say, I will make her a real one. I just need you to get one thing from me. What is it? It's a blue mineral. You know when you'll see it. You may have to wait some time to find some, though. Why is that? It can only be found in the underwater caves beneath the river. Of course, we have to have our level 1 quest. Unless you're a fish, those are only accessible when the river is at its lowest. The last time was only days ago, so it could be a month until your next chance. Oh no! Try not to let it show how miserable you find the prospect of living here for a month. Thank you, I'll go now. Underwater caves scare me up. I bet you it is... Let's see here. Okay, let's go to the general store. Several tall, tough-looking types. I can't swim, so that's my main issue with underwater caves. When I go to the beach, it's just me, like, crouching in the water. Kind of like half crab walking across the bottom. With my head stuck out of the waves. I don't swim. And I got in trouble at the public pool because I was cursing. And my friend was trying to, help me learn how to swim. I can't hold my breath for shit. Same asthma. Several tall, tough-looking types are standing around a tape barrel. On the other side of the room, a few smaller ones. Children, you think. I'm watching a shady-looking customer run a ball and cups game. Hello. The three big, intimidating toughs regard you with caution, as if you were a little intimidating tough. One of them finally ventures to speak. Hello to you too, little god. I can't imagine it, Vesper. You crab walking, just like, oh fuck. I have done that at the beach when a wave is too big, and you just have to put your back against it, like a good man, you know. How can we help you today? Are you friends of Keen Pathrakes? Friends? Nobody makes friends with a god, it's asking for trouble. We like him fine, if that's what you mean. He keeps things nice and quiet around these parts. Makes it a good place to take a break from all the excitement. I see. None of you happen to have a good luck charm on you, would you? Got one right here. He takes his knife, spins the tip around his claw, and tosses and catches it. This makes you exceedingly nervous. Never mind. It doesn't inspire confidence that Lakshi thinks these are necessary. I'm looking for a bodyguard for a trip past the Badlands. The Birdman looks suspicious. What do you need bodyguards for? You expecting enough beds that you can't handle them all at once? Thank you for the Tama. You unfortunately can't see me stretch, but I am. You are extremely worried about answering this question. You rack your brains for a safe, plausible response. You lower your voice to whisper so to spin your hesitation as discretion. I'm trying to take it easy before things get really serious later. It's hard for you to gauge the Birdman's reactions. They may be intrigued, they may be incredulous. You try not to sweat. Well, I've never been hired to guard or god before, but I'm game. You'll need at least 2 of us. 3. Toughs 2 and 3 begin to bicker among themselves. Tough 1 ignores them. Anyways, the going rate is 10 gold bits a man. I can handle everything out there myself if you're strapped for cash or don't want anything to do with these two adults. How much you got? Let me get back to you. At your leisure, little god. You walk away, unsure whether to hire one, two, or all three of them. Since you can't decide which of them you distrust the least, you decide it would be best to hire all three and trust in the principle of checks and balances. Checks and balances my ass. Hello. Wow, cool. The little bird people immediately pepper you with overlapping questions, while manually expecting your featherless limbs and clawless fingers. You're not prepared for this level of curiosity on their part. It takes serious effort to reassure yourself you don't mean any harm. Eventually, they calm down enough to let you get a word in. Would any of you happen to have a good luck charm? What kind? One from King Patrick? Of course, there is a chorus of and nope. One time I asked him for one, but he told me they weren't toys. I see. What do you all know about where King Patrick comes from? That's the land of gods, right? There is no land of the gods. Of course there is. This prompts several overlapping discussions among the children. After a while, it occurs to them they have a potential authority on the subject available. Is there a land of the gods? Nuh-uh. You're very hesitant about describing Earth as the place gods come from. You should ask King Patrick later. There's some grumbles about how King Patrick doesn't tell us anything, but they respect your wishes. Need money. Like y'all usually do when you need some money. I pick pockets. The child is quickly and thoroughly shushed by his peers. There was no hesitation. We love that for him. They all look relieved when you don't show any anger at the admission of guilt. I like the idea. Oh wait, we have a god we can ask. Some of the grown-ups pay kids to do jobs sometimes. And nobody steals. Can you just tell people to give you things because you're a god? It's not nice to do that. The statement is received very positively by the children. Nods of approval abound. See, that's why Croneon's the bad god. Shh, he'll hear you. You hope his fear of Croneon's overhearing him is unfounded. Are you all friends with King Patrick? You are answer the sea of enthusiastic yeses. He fixed my broken leg last week. And my doll. You highly respect anyone with both the ability to heal broken legs and the generosity to fix dolls. There was a shred of doubt before, you are now positive you are on the right side. Okay. The children say goodbye, clearly impressed with your adult manners and busyness. They return to their attention to the ball and cups game, and soon laugh at yet another customer who gets the wrong cup. But yeah, I like the idea. It's like, oh wait, we have an actual god here. Hold up. After the claustrophobic verticality of the canyon, the vast plains leading to distant mountains are a dizzying contrast. On your side of the divide, you see tilled lands and a barn. Enter the barn. Row of indescribable bovine something or others are feeding from troughs in their stalls. There's a farmer sitting on a bench as he repairs some tools. At the corner of the barn is occupied by the top of a freight elevator emerging from the floor. It looks nice and sturdy. Look down. Can't see the bottom. You wonder if it goes all the way to the canyon floor. Excuse me? The farmer had been pretending not to notice you. Now he seems flustered. Hello. We're gonna get back to work. Wait, I know what I'm gonna do. Walk down to Bluffhaven. Lokshi, talk to her. Walk down to the riverbed. Examine it. Enter it. A system of gears and shafts allow the water wheel outside to drive a massive millstone, currently hard at work grinding the grain into flour. Cursory inspection reveals that the same system can also power the freight elevator, which is dug into the cliff wall. The two millers are busy, but not so busy that they don't glance over every few seconds to see what you're up to. There is also a baby crib in the corner, which makes you suspect this is a family business. Look at the elevator shaft. It's too tall to see the top, but you gotta go straight to the barn. In your head, you've already named them Mr. and Mrs. Miller. Excuse me? You're 95% sure this one is Mr., as the difference in the contours of the chest would suggest that bird people are in fact mammals, and this one is the male. You would be too embarrassed to verify this by asking, though. You're a friend of our god, yes? We'd love to help however we can. Depending on how which part of my screen I look at from the angle, something either looks grayed out or not, so. Are you friends with King Patrick? You're certainly a friend to us and more, but we would never presume to say we're close to him. Life was hard before we first heard of him and moved here. You don't have to worry about hiding our stores from bandits or soldiers anymore. I wish the whole world had a god like him. By the way, we're sorry we ran when we first saw you. If we had known you were a friend, we would have shown you to his house at once. That's alright. Hey, bow once more, though briefly this time. What can you tell me about the time god? They both shudder. Nothing you don't already know already, I'm sure. If we had our way, our daughter would never learn his name. Who knows if such a world would ever come to be, though. Ask whether or not the baby came from an egg. You can pay me back with money. You check yourself, realizing how far of you it would be to ask outright. An oblique approach strikes you as more appropriate. How old is your baby? 3 weeks tomorrow. She just started crawling. Already? I believe, yes. We thought we'd have another week to prepare. This doesn't answer the egg question, but does make you wonder how old the adults are in absolute terms. Is she your first? She is. Well, and it's been since she was born. Feels like it was only yesterday. Born, you know, and not hatched. That answers your question. Okay, so they are mammalian. They are mammalian. There is no cloaca bullshit going on. Bird mammals. I mean... bats can fly. But no, once you start getting into cloaca, that's just bird reproductive bits. I'm pretty sure cloaca is just a general term for bird reproductive bits. It may be specifically the bird vagina. Hold on. I had to look up cloaca now, thank you. It is also their butt. Okay, so it's like... Is the intestinal, urinary, and reproductive canals in birds, reptiles, amphibians, and some fishes. So it's like the catch-all for non-mammals. I mean, technically, it can be inappropriate, but I'm, but despite what my tags say, I'm not like 100% furry. I'm like furry enough to enjoy other things that I unfortunately have to go into the furry fandom to get. Cause I just can't have shit. Vesper, why do you write smut? Because no one else will write what I need. I mean, appropriate and fortune. Wait, I will never get that way. Actually, I was hoping to find a job to do. Both seem surprised. Oh? Don't know about a job, but if you need money. Mr. and Mrs. Miller exchange a meaningful glass. Seeing a baby in a corner, you suddenly feel immensely guilty about accepting any charity they might offer. That's alright, I can find a job somewhere else, really. They relax a little, but still seem concerned. Well, there's one job we could perhaps offer you, but you might be small for it. Not to presume what you can or can't do, of course. I just mean that even Keymailer said his body has limits, and that he isn't omnipotent. Miss Miller whispering aside, Keymailer is modest. You would rather avoid any theological discussion. Could I see what the job is? If I can't do it, then I can't do it. Of course, this way. Then Miller will show you to a huge, recently filled bag of flour. See, my back has been killing me lately. And my ankles me. And it would be a real help if you could and would carry bags like this to the elevator over there. Go straight to the general store, saves a lot of toil carrying it up the cliff. And it brings grain straight down from the farm, too. They both seem very proud of the elevator. You wonder if they had a hand in its design or construction. And when you are free to try, we can still manage if it's too much for you, or if it simply doesn't please you. It seems a daunting task to you. You're not even big for you. You're not very big even for your age. Try to lift it? You immediately encounter a potentially insurmountable problem. This bag weighs more than you do. Your muscles cry and protest. The physics are simply against you. Okay, we have ads. So I will go get some more water. I'll be right back. Everyone, get some water yourselves. Get some snacks. Get what you need. I'll be right back.
I am back. Have I been missed? We shall wait and see. Ba, ba. I hope everyone's. Wait, Twitch, why are you doing this? I should update sometime. Ah. Oh, whatever. You redeemed the 3-card tarot reading. Nice. I will get that to you off stream because I don't wanna stop all the stream for the 3-card reading, but I will get that to you soon. And I also need to get Silver his 7-card reading. So I have both of those locked and loaded, and I am actually in the mood. I'm feeling emotionally well again. I'm feeling emotionally well enough to touch my cards and not be like, oh, that's gonna be poison. I was like totally afraid of poisoning the cards. I'm like, yeah. Plus, I think it would be very good as like, you know, a look at the near future and to look at like as sort of a little peek to the new year for the 7-card. Although I've never done a 7-card reading, and those tend to be a little more complicated. So we'll see how that goes. And we're back from ads, so I should start the game. But we will get that to you whenever, whatever. Whenever, whatever. I'll do the tarot card reading. Hold on, wait. Wherever, whatever. I'll do the tarot card with you together. I'll be there and you'll be near. And we'll see you the future, my dear. Your muscles cry in protest. The physics are simply against you. Try to get under it. Trying from below is also a losing battle. You can try, but all you're doing is distributing the pain across more of your muscles. Give up. Yes. I'm sorry, I can't do this. After extensive reassurances from the Millers that it's okay, you say goodbye. Okay. We need to... well, leave first. Walk downriver. Walk downriver. Let's just see... really dig through the pile. Underneath all the broken junk, you find a long, curled-up metal chain. It's firmly anchored by a stake in the ground. Inspect it. It's very worn, but still strong and not rusted. Oh my god, we're Link now. We're fishing. Chain is very heavy. It takes every ounce of your muscle to move the whole thing. You end up dropping it more than throwing it, but most of the chain is now in the water. Girl, you need to up that strength score. Oh god, okay, we're going under. You are very conscious that this may be the stupidest thing you have ever done. When tied to the chain in a way you incorrectly
You incorrectly picture how a climber would descend a mountain. You walk backwards into the river. The flow of the river tries to tear you away from the chain, but you're holding on for now. Oh no. Oh no. You know what? I don't trust this. Having rised up, you pull yourself hand over hand to the waterline again and go back onto the bank. Hold on. I don't think we're prepared enough. I don't think we're prepared enough. Kenpather, do you have anything else for me, please? Can I please borrow 30 gold bits? I don't know if that's a lot, sorry. That's nearly a month's wages for these people. Unfortunately, I can't be of any help there. I haven't a gold bit to my name. The villagers provide me with everything I need, so I have never wanted any. I see. Okay, at least he lives that good life. I mean, he's being a good person. Thus, he's like, we love to see it. Good people getting rewarded. Pardon me if this is a stupid question, but do you have any jobs I can do? Your question has clearly caught the farmer flat-footed. You need money? Yes? I don't think I need anything done I'd ask God's help for. Not sure if he means that the work is beneath your divine dignity, or that you're simply overqualified. I don't mind shoveling poop. The farmer is visibly scandalized at this, but he does seem to get the message that you're serious about taking any available job. Godhead doesn't pay the bills, sir. That is actually... I think that's the entire plot of Noragami, isn't it? Godhead doesn't pay the bills. The main character is a god who does not have enough worshippers to pay his literal worship bills. How about reading? It's too sunny. If it's too sunny out, I don't mind you bringing more cloud cover. That would be fine, thank you. The farmer hands you a spade from his pile of tools. Since you cannot, in fact, summon clouds or perform any similarly helpful tricks, reading proves to be tough, sweaty work. You earn 3 gold bits a day for 5 days, until finally the fields are free of reeds. I'm afraid that's all the work I have for you. That's alright, thank you very much. Even though you don't have enough to hire the bodyguards yet, you don't have to haggle. You suspect the farmer had been paying you more than the work was worth to begin with. Inspect it. The grooves in the handle were definitely made for the 3-finger, but you've learned to adjust. Since you make him so nervous, you decide against starting an art. Channeling Poseidon, the King of Troy here. Can I ask to borrow it? Excuse me, may I please borrow this? Sure, no problem. Just be sure to give it back when you're done. I will, thank you. You got 15 gold bits in our cloak pockets. Walk down to Bluff Haven. Go to general store. Walk down to the riverbed. Don't try to lift it. Okay, let's see if... So wait, it's been 5 days now? I think I think I remember saying Sarah she didn't eat for the month she was there. Yeah. Oh. I see. I see. So we're actually going to have an entire... Hold on, let's walk upriver. No, wait, hold on. Let's try and grab hold, take dip. So we might be experiencing, like, the whole thing. Deeper you go, you're starting to worry about how much longer you can hold your breath. Keep climbing down. This isn't working, you're nearly out of air and you can't see anything anyway. Okay, so the spade... The spade did not help. The spade did not help. Okay, into the mill. Try to lift it. Try to get under it. Okay. Then what's the spade for? Just a casual drowning. Nothing big. Just a little bit of drowning for funsies. Okay, so... Inspect the pile again. Oh. Swim across. Dive into 5 caves. Okay, so... Hold on. Inspect it. Into the mill. Freight elevator. Look up the elevator shaft. Walk up to the village. Just a casual drowning. Nothing big. Just the ideation. You don't know anything about where Ken Pathway comes from, do you? As far as I know, he's been in Bluffhaven forever. I always wonder if he was born overseas. Gods don't get born, idiot. Tough 1 and Tough 3 glare at each other. You decide it's best to drop this topic. Even if these Birdmen didn't make you nervous, something tells you to keep them out of the dreamer a secret. What can you tell me about the Time God? The Toughs all wince. I can tell you he has ears, for one. Knew a guy in Talendale had a cousin who cursed him out loud. Got struck dead on the spot. Your guy's got an active imagination. For one, Corneon always handles things in person. So you've seen him before then? Yeah, back when I was with a proper band of mercenaries. I was one of 4 so who got away. It's a crowd of troublemakers he goes after. The main reason people like it here is he really never seems to show up. Still, he can't be too careful. Nobody likes to hear him mentioned. Ah, I see we got a Voldemort here. Thank you for the Tama. What time is it? Oh, okay. Okay, so we got... Why you like this phone? Okay, I got 15 gold bits. Where... Okay, I have a spade.
Oh. What do you all know about the time god? He's the bad god. He's not just the time god, he's also the war god. I heard he can breathe fire and shoot lightning. I heard he can swim to the bottom of the ocean. Your vision swirls for a second as this last sentence seems to echo in your head. It's actually unnerving, but you're okay again. So it'd be best to leave this topic behind now. Thanks for the information. I think I know enough now. Hold on, wait. Swam to the bottom of the ocean, you say? You give me powers through your words, you say? That's new. Wait, do we get powers because people believe gods have powers? I guess. You keep climbing down. I can only tell you won't have enough air to get back to the surface while holding onto the chain. You could let go, but who knows where the river would take you then. Or if you'd be able to swim if you resurface. In the back of your mind, something the child said about the bad wizard comes back to you. Something about being able to swim to the bottom of the ocean. If you can't do the same, you're dead. Suddenly, your lungs are full. A silver glow surrounds you. You can somehow feel the oxygenated blood coursing through your body. Upon closer inspection, the glow is coming from beneath your skin. With the extra light, you soon find a cave. You see the vein. It's a small cave, barely tall enough for you to stand upright. You see the veins of a glittering blue mineral on the cave wall. It's mesmerizing to look at. Staring into it is like staring down a deep well. Something about the way the silver glow reflects from its facets gives the illusion of tremendous depth. Chip some loose with the spade. You get to chipping. Just suppress the instinct to breathe while working it. Now you have a sample. If that stupid ass can swim to the bottom of the ocean, so can I. In this house, we spitefully learn god powers, because we hate Tyler Young. We hate Tyler Young. Return to the surface. Can I dive in to find caves? Okay. I'm not going to let him think he's better than me. Imagine if that's just how two people achieve godhood. They just hate each other so much. And they're like, well, if you're becoming a god, so am I. And I'm going to be a better god. Spire's powerful. Closing your eyes, you recall how it felt when you managed to survive underwater without breathing. You strain. You lift the bag. It's not no longer heavy, nor that your arms feel particularly stronger. It's more like the sense that anything which isn't as big as the planet itself only needs so much persuasion to move. Carry the bag over to the freight elevator. It's not something you do all day non-stop without collapsing, but it's quite within your ability now. The Millers never remark on this. They seem to take your molecular strength, its apparently conditional nature, as a given. After 5 days on being on hauling duty for 3 gold bits a day, You have all the money you need to hire 3 bodyguards. The Millers tried to pay you more per day at first, but after consulting Ken Pathrig on the local economics, he insisted on a rate more proportional to the work performed. 3 to 4 days labor is still high, but that was all you could talk them down to. Once again, the Millers bow to you. This has never ceased to make you uncomfortable. My back's feeling much better thanks to you. I wish we could give you more in return. I've really got all I need. Anyway, I should. Please, if we may ask it, would you tell us your name? Oh god, talking about the economics of the world. We wish to name our daughter after you. It's Sarah, but really... With your blessing, she will be Sarah the Lesser. If it makes you happy, yes, you have my, blessing. They touch their heads to the floor. It's like to say goodbye before you provide any more tacit approval of the growing cult of devotion surrounding you. Can I talk to more? No, you see, there is this recession going on. Welcome to the village. I have to return this spade. Here's your shovel back, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you remembered to return this. It would have been really embarrassing to return to your own world with no way to ship it back. It's like, oh no, I took this with me back to my own world. I have to isekai myself back. Truck-goon! Truck-goon, help me! So it took us 10 days. Give him the mineral. Get some of the blue mineral. Is this enough for the charm? Yes, that should be plenty. Expected Ken Pathrick to be surprised, but he doesn't seem to be. Pleased and impressed to be sure, but not surprised. Would you be so kind as to fetch the tools from that drawer? The next segment, you serve as the old wizard's arts and crafts apprentice. The finished product is a leather necklace with a strange blue mineral as a pendant. Additional adornment includes small fish bones. The way I made this, it should be of help to both you and Lakshi in a pinch, regardless of who's wearing it. What kind of help? Hard to say, that's why it's a good luck charm, not something more specific. New lit RPG there. You have to return to your world, to the world you imagine, like, you as a teenager went to a different world, but you had to be returned back to Earth. But you forgot you had something in your pockets. So, like, you have to go back. And now you have to return the thing. To not be an asshole, even though it's been like 10 fucking years. You suspect that Ken Pathrick is attempting to let the placebo effect work on you. It would be nice if he treated you a little less like a kid, but you try not to let it get to you. Okay, I'll get this Lakshi now. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Have a safe trip. Isekai delivery service. Kiki's delivery service. But across worlds. Oh wait, we had to hire the goons. I have 30 gold bits. Would it be possible to, You sure you want to hire this idiot too? Say that again. You heard me. Sounding the wisdom of hiring all three seems more questionable to you. They don't exactly get along with each other. Still, you don't know enough to rank them. Decide to stick with your earlier decision. Yes, I would like to hire all three of you. The matter is settled. Tufts 2 and 3 get away from each other's figurative throats. Excellent. Meet us in the center of town when you're ready to go. Give her the charm. Here, King Patrick made this for us. Wonderful. Thank you exceedingly. She genuflects. You wish she'd stop doing that. You should wear it around your neck always. Don't you wear it? Don't you want to wear it? He told you it's for the both of us, yes? Uh-huh. Then as long as I'm near you, I have nothing to fear.
It takes massive effort to resist the urge to correct this preposterous statement. As long as she's content to lead you to the dreamer, that's all that matters, you tell yourself.
So, are we ready to go then? I've hired the bodyguards. Yes, very soon. I just need another minute here.
Girl, you've had 10 days.
The event of your company's departure draws every eye in the village. All watch in silence. After ascending the canyon wall, you, Lakshi, and your escort of 3 hike across flat ground for a day and a half until you reach rougher terrain at the foot of the mountains.
She put it off to the last minute off. She's like, I'm gonna die. I'm going to take my damn time.
Here's what we know. Here's where we know the lay of the land best. Don't step where I don't first. Okay. Lakshi seems apprehensive, but says nothing. Path goes over boulders, under narrow spaces, up and down many vertical surfaces. It's getting late in the day. You are in the shadow of a tower of rock. It has a sinister aspect, or maybe it's just you. Lakshi is lagging a bit, checking her map frequently. Come on, says Teflon. Pick up the pace and we'll charge you extra for time lost. Tufts 2 and 3 find the idea amusing. Granted, you're not much of a geologist, but the landscape here makes a little sense to you. Everything in this world seems compressed somehow. Entirely distinct biomes and land features are too close to each two together. I have to question whether everything here is shaped by natural processes, or perhaps the local laws of nature are simply that different.
You know, I'm kind of realizing that there are a lot of video games where we just have the desert right next to the forest.
Doctor. Lakshi? Lakshi furrows her brow at something on the map before reacting to you. Oh, pardon me, Sarah. Shall we keep moving? That's what the matter is. Is something the matter? No, I'm just a chronic map checker is all. Nothing to worry about. Are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. Teflon, clearly irritated by the delay, walks back to join your conversation. Alright, what's the hold up? So you're busy consulting with Lakshi. I was asking Lakshi about the map.
I know where we're going. Quit worrying and keep up.
It's not your nature to talk back to normal Dutch, much less large, imposing alien adults, but you force yourself to remember to everyone here that you are a source of potentially unspeakable power. I don't mean to offend, I just like hearing multiple opinions. Teflon backs off a little, as you hoped. It seems there's only so explicitly he'll try to intimidate you. Well, all it is I was looking at the map and I wouldn't have taken a few of the turns we did back there. She shows Teflon on the map and points at a few spots. You might save a little time the way we've been going, but I think going this way would be safer. There's more visibility. Yeah, tell them. You tell them. You are a god in this world, at least. I'm more worried about seeing what's around us than getting there quick. I'll see what more I can pay you at the end if you're not happy. Tough One hesitates. He's clearly displeased with this proposal. By now, Toughs 2 and 3 had joined your discussion group as well. Come on, man. Come on, man. The customer's always right. Standing and talking's the real waste of time. Tough One glares at them. You're about to concede the point and agreed to go his way to avoid the you're about to concede the point and agree to go his way in the interest of avoiding a fight between your bodyguards, when to your surprise... Alright, show me which way you want to go. You let your sigh of relief escape through your nose instead of your mouth, so as to make it less obvious. Late that night, you are briefly awoken by the sound of receding footsteps. You're too tired to think hard about what they might signify. You fall back to sleep. No, girl! Wake up! When you awake again, it's to an entirely different sound. You bolt upright. Tough 2 is on the ground with a sword in his back. Tough 3 springs to his feet, only to fall back down when multiple darts pierce his head, neck, and torso. Hold on. Oh, damn it. 4 armed birdmen emerge from the early morning fog. Longshi puts herself between you and them, no weapon ready but her claws. Lunsura, I will slow them down. You're not just stand, but taking another step it proves impossible. Your legs are locked in place. This is too much for your brain to take in and still function. Tough One walks right up to Longshi and cooks out of the way. She tumbles helplessly against the boulder. Don't move a muscle. Just make this easy on yourself. Oh, I must have skipped something. He points his dripping sword at you. Ooh, you weren't kidding, a baby god. Bluff, threaten them, fake it till you make it. You do the first thing that comes to your head, which is to stick out your palm like you're a superhero. Don't make me... Despite the utter absence of confidence in your voice and posture, the 4 bandits take a step back. Tough One, however, is not fooled. Don't worry, fellas. I've got her scout out. She can't do anything about little stuff that's a little too big for her. He grabs your arm. Stop! Relax, I'm just going to see if god blood's made of real silver. You shut your eyes. You feel a sharp pain below your elbow. The blood trickles down your arm. Then the Birdman screams. When you open your eyes, the clawed hand that has been holding your arm is in flames. Lift him up. You only barely notice that the blood from your wound is more silver than red. What has your attention is how it burns in the air without you feeling a thing. Tough One is not so lucky. He continues to scream in pain as the fire spreads. Come on, now's our chance. Longshi grabs your hand and you're a few steps into running away. A sound like a thunderclap knocks you off your feet. You look back. Tough One is lying motionless, still burning. Above him stands a young man, a normal, human young man, holding a sword. As the other bandits flee in terror, he raises an arm. They combust in an instant. and fall dead. Hold on. The young man turns to face you with the most incongruous, carefree smile on his face. Lakshi collapses, covers her head, and quivers on the ground. Young man approaches. Sarah. You don't know why he knows your name, but you can guess what his is. You're younger, but it's Sarah, right? Sarah Kim? You can't speak. Everything smells like blood and burning flesh, and a mass murderer is talking to you. But man, if you're like 11 or 12, that means that time travel isn't just working in the program. It's pulling from the real past, too. I mean, wow, I should probably be careful about paradoxes, just in case it stops this world from existing or something. So, you can call me Croneon. All you need to know is that we haven't met yet, and I helped create this world with my friends. I wonder if they'll get here too. Oh, and you're probably wondering how I found you. That'd be the god blood. Burns when touched by lesser beings. And it really sticks out on the timeline when it does. So, before we get going, did you have any questions? Allow yourself to cry. Maybe if you stop pretending to be mature and in control, you'll finally wake up. The tears begin to flow. Hey, what's wrong? Is this all too much for you? If it's the smell, I can teach you how to turn your senses on and off. It's really easy. If you can't see, it's not there. Sarah, it's okay. Nothing here is really real. It's all a part of a computer program. Just think of it like a video game. Cover your ears. This makes everything quiet, but you can still hear what he says, so it's no help at all. Look, you and me are the only ones here who are actually alive. Can't do anything here. You can do anything here, and it doesn't count. Can make a whole country for you on a continent of your choice. You can be queen. Or the president, or the patron deity. Whatever you want. Say you just want to go home. Yeah. I want to go home. Really? I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. By now you're outright bawling. You lost it so bad you can't even put two words together. Okay, you can go home. This takes you so aback you open your eyes and uncover your ears. Huh? I got this much figured out. Find the connection between your brain and your digital body here will let you wake up. What? And the proof's back in the present. You didn't die before you made it to high school, so you got nothing to worry about. Just hold still for a second. Croneon raises his sword. It's only up for a moment, says Croneon, sword raised. Lakshi lies paralyzed on the ground next to you. You are out of time. Good luck, Charm. Clutch it. You take the blue panda in your hand and hold on with all your worth. Hey, what's that you got there? I don't know, but it worked. When your vision stops swimming, you are 100 feet above the ceiling of a forest. During the course of your slow descent, you realize that Lakshi is falling next to you. The trees make landing complicated and uncomfortable, but you are now on the ground again. Hold on. You remain too shaken to speak. Lakshi recovers before you. I know where we are. It's a little out of the way, but we're closer to our destination now. You say nothing, checking your arm instead. The bleeding has already stopped. I don't think he can find us again so easily. Ken Pathwick told me once he can see anywhere, but not everywhere. And I suppose if he were to ever find us here, he would always be here. Time is nothing to him. Lakshi looks you up and down. She seems concerned. Come on, Sarah. Let's keep moving. Well said during the day's hike that follows. When it gets dark again, Lakshi makes camp. The fire is warm, but you can't stop shaking. You want your mom. Sarah? Takes a minute, but you do convince yourself to answer her, since you feel bad about having done nothing to help set up camp. Yes? Forgive me for pestering you, but I want to be sure of something. You're a child, aren't you? Not small for a god, but still a child. Yes. I'm so sorry. This whole time, I'd taken it for granted that all you needed were directions. You must be so scared to be here at all. You hesitate, then nod, pulling your cloak tighter around you. Lakshi moves to your side of the fire and puts her arm around your shoulders. She's careful to keep her claws off you. You do feel a little better. It's alright. Just say the word and we'll go back to Kin Pathwick. He will understand. No. He said I had to find the dreamer before I can go home. Is this dreamer one of your kind? Yes. At least, I think she is. To the best of your knowledge, she's a teenage girl, but you don't put much stock in the best of your knowledge right now. I am loving this. I am loving this so much. And she is at our destination? Oh, I just realized one of the stick figures in the drawing made by Sarah had a greater than sign for her head. Oh my god, no. It makes sense now. It makes sense now. You just reminded me of it, and now I'm like, oh. Oh. Uh-huh. Don't worry, we'll get to her. Man, I hope Lakshi survives. By the time you lie down to sleep, you feel somewhat more ready to keep going tomorrow. But you never got the impression before that Lakshi had a family. It feels like she may have been a mother once. Fill me in why. I think I get it, just to be sure. So remember when Sarah said she was transferred to this world? Well, when she did the ASCI art, one of the figures did not have a circle or an O for a head, instead had a greater than side. Yeah, it's a drawing of Sarah and Lakshi. Lakshi has a beak, so greater than sign. 2 nights later, you come within sight of your destination, okay? So it's been like 14 days. Before you in the middle distance looms a walled city of lamplit stone towers. You and Lakshi are standing at the edge of the woods, well away from the road to the gate. Hold on. The entire city of people who worship Chroneon doesn't sit well with you. It's an imposing sight. One aspect that reminds you of Bluffhaven is the presence of many gravity-defying protrusions from the towers. She's deep in thought. What do we do now? I'm not sure. You certainly can't go through the gate. This is Corneon City, so you mustn't be seen. That looks like the only way in, though. I know, but we'll think of something. Ask about secret passages. Would there be any less obvious entrances? Like tunnels that open outside the walls? I expect there are. Question is whether we'd find any before someone stumbles upon us. Let her think, because I don't think she can fly, can she? Now you think about it, everyone here has feathers, and gravity's weird. Lakshi, you wouldn't be able to fly, would you? Lakshi looks at you as if... well, as if you had just asked her if she could fly. I'd love to see your home someday. Must be full of wonders. Yeah, like birds. Easily accessible gate will have people there, of course. Suppose you could scale the wall with no trouble. But it looks like there are guard posts around the top of the circumference. Looking closer now, there's a moat at the base of the wall. How classical. Consider it. It's hard to tell in this light, but it looks fairly wide. So you picture in your head a round opening in the wall beneath the surface of the moat. You think there's a drainage tunnel and you know where it is. Suggest the moat! Lakshi, do you see the moat down there? Not in this light, but I've been here before. It's safe to swim across, but I wouldn't chance the guards on top of the wall. So there are no crocodiles or anything? If you need some kind of animal or moat monster, no. You consider what you're about to say in your head to see if it sounds crazy. You say it anyway. I think there's an underwater tunnel to the city. It's between those windows in the wall, the 5th and 6th from the right of the gate. Lakshi considers this. It's expected some challenge to the validity of your claim. She knows you're a little kid, but none comes. Do you know how long the tunnel is from end to end? You stare at that direction again, but nothing comes to you, which makes you feel somewhat silly. No. I wouldn't chance unless we know it's short enough to swim in one breath. Supposedly, it's as long as the wall is thick. How good a swimmer are you? Not very, but I don't need to breathe. It sounds so ludicrous to your own ears that you expect Lakshi to at least scoff, but again, she believes you at once. My mystique, it's gone now. Not that I ever had it, because I'm 12. You suppose you shouldn't be surprised. Child gods are still gods. Wait, I have a theory. Theory? Just a theory. A game theory, you could say. But I think, since this is happening live, Sarah and Craig, well, not Sarah, Denise and Craig are helping Sarah live. Like this Sarah, not the Sarah in the real world. And like they're helping Sarah through what ways they can. But because the program is live in a living world, they can't really help her all the way. So like they can only help her in bursts. Because probably like there's interference from Tyler. And not to mention they are probably also likely dealing with the paradox of having the current Sarah Kim in the room, living through her PTSD at the moment. So like they're dealing with two issues at once.
Oh, she did ran out of the room. So it means that Craig and Denise are probably dealing with this live. I do need air, unfortunately. While she thinks for a minute. I suppose we had no choice but to split up. I'll take the gate and meet you in the sewers as fast as I can. When you're out of the water, just stay put. I'll promise I'll find you. Okay. While she squeezes your hands, taking care not to scratch you. Be careful, and don't worry, I'll be right there. I know. I'll be fine. With more reluctance on Longshi's part than on yours, you split up. The grass between the forest and the moat is taller than you. Doing that in the darkness, you feel confident your approach has gone unmarked. At last, you creep up to the edge of the dike. You jump in. Okay, we need moat music. We need exploration music. Hold on. To your relief, you can still survive without breathing. If this ever ceases to be the case, you hope it's at an unimportant time. Oh, I'm angry for some reason. Once you approach the far wall, the tunnel mouth is visible from the light emanating from your skin. Better get in there quick in case anyone can see the glow from above. You encounter a problem. There are 3 metal bars in the way, presumably to prevent anyone from doing exactly what you're trying to do. The tunnel mouth is blocked by metal bars. Try squeezing through them. You can't fit. It's one of the rare instances you wish you were smaller. Try bending them. You try what worked with the heavy bags of flowers, but it's not enough to convince the bars to bend. You have to get through somehow. You're grasping at straws for ideas. Try squeezing through them, try bending them, try kicking them, try expanding the hole, try melting them. Try asking them to move. Okay, I'll let the impulsive thoughts win. Since opening your mouth underwater would be a bad idea, you try to reach the metal bars with your mind. It doesn't work. Try expanding the hole. This seems more promising than your other ideas first, but the snow is no more obliging than the bars. Try melting them. You try staring at the bars like you'll suddenly develop heat vision. Doesn't work, but thinking about heat and fire brings something else back to your mind. It shakes you at first, but you manage to stay focused. Cornelion set those bandits on fire. Your blood did the same thing. This should be something you can do. Try melting them. You close your eyes. You grab the bars and flex muscles you may not actually have. Yeah, you just ask the metal bars kindly. You just try to ask them kindly to move. Grab the bars and flex muscles you may not actually have. Your fingers feel warm. The bars glow red where you touch them. To your amazement, your hands aren't burning away. No more effort than it takes to open a heavy door. You bend the bars far enough apart for you to squeeze through. Can you not be here? while we like do our like heist, our like secret mission, you emerge from the water. Your clothes don't dry out immediately like they did by the canyon river. You suspect the air down here is too damp. A minute later, you hear footsteps. Sarah? I'm here. Oh, thank goodness. Come on, stay close to me. Okay. Um... Um... No, hold on. You stick to the back alleys as you traverse the city. It's slow going as Lakshi doubles back at any sign of another person. Fortunately, most people seem to be home in bed. Finally, you chance an open street, where Lakshi points out a small townhouse. There, the coordinates Kim Pathray gave me are in that house. Are we going to have to break in? I don't think so. Whoever lives here has kept her secret, so I think they'll be friendly. You hide behind that bush, first, though. I will knock. Do as she says. Try not to think about what to do in case she's wrong. Lakshi knocks. It's some time before the door opens. The occupant sounds nervous when he speaks. Yes, can I help you? Yes, sir. Don't be alarmed, but... I heard you have a god at home? Hello. Hello, I'm here to ask. I'm here at your doorstep on your porch to ask if you have God at home. If he is, can you come outside and speak to me? Oh, what? Who told you that? Another god wishes to see her. The occupant gasps. Moments later, Lakshi ushers you inside, putting herself between you and any potential outside observers. Mom, can we get God? No, we have God at home. I need to have a Christian character just scream that. No, we have God at home. Wait, we're back to... I'm changing the music every minute because that's important. Hold on. Oh wait, Alley Cat? Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, we have ads, so we're gonna wait for ads to finish. How reversed, Evangelist. Do you have God at home? Yes, we do. Leave us alone. No, I want to talk about your God. Please don't. Show it to someone's house. Can I see the God you have here? I kind of feel like there's some really bad fiction. There's some really bad Christian victim fiction. Where Christians are like, oh no, we do not have God here, sir. We are devout atheists. No, sir. No God here. And then there's just a horrible story about Christians being persecuted, which hasn't happened in centuries. I'm a little spicy about certain things. Oh, I need more water. I'll be right back. I probably only have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I will stretch before I leave though. Okay, now I go. Ooh, I'm back just in time. Everyone got their water and their other snackies and their everything. Let me... Okay, I'm just checking everything real quick because I have stuff with people who need to get back to me. I have stuff with people who don't need to get back to me, but I want them to. I'm eating peppermint bark. Ooh, you wanna know what my favorite thing to do is around this time of year? Well, whenever I can. So like, you know how chocolate syrup is just basically a milk flavoring? Like, you use chocolate syrup to make chocolate milk, so it's basically a drink mix, along with all the other shit you use with it. But you wanna know what else is a drink mix, technically? Dairy creamer. If you pour dairy creamer into milk, you have flavored milk. And, the parent vets have been buying some dairy creamer, and I've been using that in my milk. So now I'm getting nice flavored milk. Milk flavored milk? It's not milk flavored, it's we have peppermint, we have the raspberry and white chocolate. I think we had, cookies and cream, which is definitely, well, peppermint mocha, so it's a little bit of peppermint and a little bit of chocolate. But like, if I'm having milk, I'm treating myself a little. Okay. Back into it. It's true. We've waited so long for a day like this to come. It was 20 years ago. It came to me in a dream where I'd find the new god, and that I had to keep her hidden. And now you are here too. Seeming to remember themselves, a couple bow to the floor. You hope this is the last time you have to put up with this. Please, may I see her? Both come to their feet again. Yes, of course. Here, through the trapdoor. The couple work carefully together and move a table and rug in complete silence. The trapdoor is barely distinct from the floorboards. Only opens with a tiny key the man kept under his clothes. Do you want to be alone? It doesn't matter. Then I'll attend you. Descend the stairs to the hidden basement. The dreamer lies on a bed, still asleep. Lakshi, reduced to reverent silence,
Doesn't dare come any closer to her than the bottom step. Hold on. We need the god music. We need specific god music, actually. Where the hell is it? She looks as exactly as you last remember her, save that now she isn't glowing. You never guessed she'd been sleeping here for 20 years and not 5 minutes. You wonder if this will all go away as soon as she wakes up. Ask her to wake up. You clear your throat, cognizant of the mixed results you got when asking her to wake up back in her weird dreams. You hope this is the last time. Excuse me, Miss Dreamer? It's time to wake up. My head is killing me. Ugh. Miss Dreamer? Something's really weird. It's like I have to pay active attention to my eyes and ears for time to progress. I think I saw myself raising my hand to my head 5 seconds from now. What happens if I don't do that? It doesn't work. My hand jumps into place like you wake up from a dream mid-action. Have to try and not see what I'm going to do before I do it. Are you okay? Wait, who's this? And where am I? Oh. I'm okay, Sarah. She doesn't seem too surprised that I know her name already. You met me when I was older, right? Yeah. Sorry, this must be confusing. I know what's going on now. Hold on a sec. As a test, I consider the sheets on this bed and define a function to get the location indices of each molecule that compromises them. I rewrite the contents of those indices to the other side of the room, and the sheets move there instantaneously. As I thought, since I wasn't paying attention to the passage of time while I worked, this didn't take me a millisecond to figure out. Then I decided to overwrite all the molecules in the sheet with air, taking care to get the balance of this world's equivalents of oxygen, nitrogen, and other gases right. It works. The sheets are gone. That confirms it. I have complete control over all matter in this virtual world. Passage of time is built into the coordinate system as a fourth axis. So all matter includes the entirety of the world's past and future. It should be no problem for me to delete this entire thing. Where did the sheets go? Don't worry about it, it'll be over soon. You mean, I can go home? Yup. It's all a bad dream. I'm going to take care of it in a minute. Just let me catch my breath first. I get out of bed. I'm in the basement of a house I can see is in one of the outer districts of a city that was founded about 500 years ago. Deleted and everything else. Examine its future. Looks like it's going to survive a revolution in a few months. It'll stand for roughly 400 years after that in various forms. Of course, once I delete the entire timeline, the full temporal span of its existence will just be a bad memory for me and Sarah. Sarah's here, as is a native, who I can see showed Sarah the way here from a village in a canyon. No, absolutely not. I don't want to get to know any of these poor creatures. It'd be hard. It would make it hard to put them down. They built it this way to mitigate bandit raids. It's going to be destroyed in a flood 80 years from now. not everyone will evacuate. The way time works in this data structure, everything in the future already exists. Meaning in the sense that this has already happened, but I can erase the entire timeline. Poor Sarah, she must feel so lost. Okay, time to go. Wait, what is it? Before you send me back, I think I was supposed to tell you that Keymailer wants to see you. Who's? Right, the good wizard, I remember. Was he at that village you set out from? Uh-huh. He was the old man in your dreams. I don't remember anything that happened in those, but I can find who you're talking about. I stopped paying attention to my senses to do this, so it takes a sub-nanosecond of in-world time. Found him. It's late, so I'll target tomorrow morning for the teleportation destination. Seems more polite. Be right? Wait. What? Lakshi brought me all the way here to find you, and it's a long walk home for her. Can you take us back with you? Sure, whatever. And those people upstairs watched over you for 20 years. I think you should thank them before we go. I look up and sure enough, there are 2 more awestruck indigene at the top of the stairs. I don't want to say anything to anyone before I wipe this place. I don't even know what I would say. Sarah, though, seems way too attached to them already. Think I need to spare her the details on what I have to do. There is no time for that, but... We're in a reading room of sorts. I brought Sarah and her friend. Guess it's time to meet this with... Good morning, Denise. No way. It's him. This is very, very weird. Thank you so much, Sarah. Lakshi, would you mind waiting outside for a few minutes? Rude. Denise is really wanting to just kill everything. Sarah nods and her friend bows and they exit. A few deep breaths before I say anything. So much for not wanting worshippers. I do wish there were any convincing way to... I do wish there were any convincing them to knock it off. You won't believe the wailing about the loss of my favorite the first time I told them I wasn't a god. There's some concepts that simply won't enter their head, such as anyone with 5 fingers not being divine. You can imagine what an awkward position it is for a practicing Catholic. It really is you, isn't it? Yes. It feels hard to describe how it feels to see Craig like this. Hold on. We need old-timey friendship. Well, not old-timey. We need old-time friend music. Encounter? He's speaking clearly, but it's so obvious how tired he is. I don't think he has much time left. I have a question or two for you, but if you have any for me, you can start. So I'm still 16, Sarah's 12, and you're 93. 93, why though? Why don't you come here from around the time we wrote the code like me? I have my theories, which are... One is that if I went on death's door, I wouldn't listen to what I have to tell you. That really stings. Another is that I wasn't ready for it yet. I knew for a long time I'd be here eventually, but I never wanted it to happen until shortly before I did. What changed? If you must know, I think it was your funeral. Unless I wanted to see you again. I'm sorry for your... This is weird.
I am sorry that I died. I apologize. I died. The rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated.
Anyway, friends for life then, huh? Something like that. That's where you got the name. So where did this whole kin path whatever come from? Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. It does for the locals. Generally though, it's not very clear how language works here. What we hear, what they hear, it's a bit of a hash. Interesting. Take myself out of the moment to investigate the matter. Feels like hours to me, but of course, no appreciable amount of written world time passes at all. There's a universal function that hooks into the brain's speech centers, but I can't find its definition. Also, I understand neurochemistry now. Very good, you're doing about as well at this as I expected. As for the stupid wizard name, I think the etymology will come to you if you think about it. Kinpathrig. Let's see, Kinpathrig. Kinpathrig. Kin of Pathrig. Ah, now that I get it, I roll my eyes. Fitzpatrick. A+. Ask what he's doing here. Gather you've been waiting here for a while. What have you been up to in the meantime? Keeping my head down, mostly. Help the townspeople with little problems, like when someone gets sick or when there's a hurricane to nudge a few miles into the wilderness. I do more, but it takes more out of me all the time. That's why I never came to wake you up myself. I'm not built for travel anymore. And self-teleportation nearly wiped me out the one time I tried it. So I waited for Sarah to be my messenger girl. Hey, it's no skin off my nose. Feels like I was at school a few minutes ago. Rough day you were having, huh? I still remember it was a real zagat. Zagat? That sounds like a slur. A real what? Oh, sorry. A kid starts saying that in the 2040s. I'm embarrassed to say I picked it up. I should have said it was a real doozy. I don't have any vodka. like hearing it now, I just feel like I was hit with what the Sigma or Skibbity. Much better. That's all for me. What did you want to hear about? Before he answers, Craig stares at me with a stern expression. It's unnerving speaking to someone who's both 77 years older 77 years older and 2 months younger than you. It's a constant back and forth between peer and senior. Maybe they mean a ziggurat? No. They just explained it was, what in the skibbities? No, this is why I can't watch Roy anymore. I cringe too much. Also, welcome in, Sengoku. How's you tonight? How'd you find me? But like, oh my god, you just remind me why I love Roy. He's an amazing creator. But I cannot listen to What the Skibbity Sigma anymore.
and I just died. But welcome in, Sengoku. I hope you're having a good night, and I hope I'm entertaining, and I hope that at least you can sit back and relax as we play through the finale of this game. Yes, I think you've calmed down enough now. I'll get to the point. It's about what had you so upset before you fell asleep. Ugh. I must have been avoiding it. Now that I think to look at the bloodshed smeared all over this world's whole terrible history, there he is. So a weird game was curious about it. Ah! Well, unfortunately, we're kind of at the end of it, but I highly recommend it. I am so, like, obsessed with this game. Like I was like, I have to plan the finale for the people who have been here watching it. Because, like, the story's good, the dialogue's good, and now we're kind of in this isekai hellscape created by a nerd with a power fantasy. My stomach hurts. Tyler. Bastard. The locals know him as Koneon, but yes. All I know I'm going to do about him. And that's the other thing I want to talk to you about. I have to do this, Craig. None of this should have existed. It's all awful. I know that it's the only reason you're staying alive, but none of this is right. I'm tearing up. Why did you have to be here to make this harder? Denise, I won't lie to you. My time's more than up. I don't intend to stick around any longer than I have to. But you needn't be more than a day now that you're awake. But like, this entire game was building up to an isekai, and it's so delicious, and I crave more from this creator. Rationally speaking, I shouldn't have come into your decision at all. Then why do you care? Because I have a responsibility to these people. Their lives depend on my calming down your temper tantrum. There's a marked shift in the tone of Craig's voice. He sounds like he's correcting one of his children or grandchildren. It's infuriating. So you're fine with letting this go on? With letting Tyler and his goons torture and massacre their way to a world where he's God? You want me to indulge his sick fantasies at the expense of real people? And I can make it so it never happened with a single thought? What is wrong with you? Obviously, I'd like you to do something about Tyler besides throwing the baby out with the bathwater. The baby's terminally ill. Its whole life is pain. Ooh, King of the Castle plugin. Yeah, I need to play it, but I'm not really big enough to have, to throw a King of the Castle game. One day, eventually. Would you say the same thing about our own universe? Yes! I'll never forgive your fake, stupid god for letting it happen. If he had a heart, he'd take it all back this minute. Hell, I'll never forgive him for not drowning Noah. Here, take my handkerchief. I do need it. My face is a mess. I don't take it, he shrugs. Well, if that's how you think, I won't be able to change your mind. It's not in my power to stop or harm you, so I suppose this is it. All I can do is hope you won't bring yourself to destroy the world, so long as I'm in your field of vision. He's right about that, at least. Damn him. Are there multiple endings in this game? I mean, I'm not going to go check the page right away. Then I'll leave first. I see. Goodbye, Denise. It's nice to see you one more time. Shut up, I'll see you at school tomorrow.
I stormed out of Craig's reading room, wiping away tears despite myself. This isn't fair, him trying to make me feel like I have to mourn him. He's going to be alive for decades and decades, and I'm going to die before him. When I see him in the present, I'm going to punch him. The notion of hugging him instead crosses my mind, which drives me up the wall. I hate him. Miss Dreamer? Sarah interrupts my train of thought. She has the saddest, angriest look in her eyes. You heard all that. Am I not done anything? I'm going for the golden ending. I want this world to live. Tyler, though. He might not have a good future waiting for him. That's all I'm going to say. You heard all that, didn't you? You can't forget it. You were hearing things. None of this is real. That's what the evil wizard said. You're both lying. It is real. You're as bad as him. The dreamer looks down at you, furious, and pushes her way past you. When you're formulating more objections to raise, Lakshmi stops her at the door. Please, O God of Death, permit me one question. How much time do we have? The dreamer is silent. Instead of answering, she teleports behind Lakshmi and opens the door. You wonder why she wouldn't just teleport past the door. She must not be thinking clearly. You went after her. The dreamer stops in the town square, drawing mutters and stares of amazement from everyone in eyeshot. She's shaking. You grab her by the sleeve. Mystery? She shoves you away. Then she looks at the sky for a moment before returning her gaze to you. You want to talk to me? You can see me up there. She vanishes. You gaze up where she had been looking a moment ago. Among the clouds floats what happens to be a cube of marble. Okay, hold on. We have to... Hold on. No. Tokyo emergency? No, that's too that's too urban pop. That is. Hold on. Where is? No. Townspeople point at the cube in the sky in fear and confusion, asking among themselves what this portends. Lakshmi arrives behind you, looking as troubled as you feel. You can't believe what you've done to her by waking the dreamer. Lakshmi, I'm so sorry. I didn't know she... Oh, child, no. It's not your fault. She wraps her arms around you. Ken Pathway wouldn't have asked you to wake the God of Death if he didn't have a plan. Even if he fails, this would not fall on you. It sounded like he was giving up, though. We have to do something. I don't know what there is to do, but pray. What happens to us, though, I believe you'll go home, so don't be afraid. Lakshmi gives you one more squeeze, and let's go. I need to see to my people. I will drop everything if you need me, okay? Okay. You feel a little less guilty hearing Lakshi's words, but you know you'll regret it forever if you can't stop the dreamer. How are you going to reach her way up in the sky is the big question. Examine it. Don't know which is more pressing question. How the dreamer made this thing or why. It won't be the strangest thing that's happened to you if this worked. It doesn't, you're still 100 yards short. A general store. The store is banned save for two boys in the corner, playing with the ball and cups left behind by the shady-looking customer earlier. They seem remarkably unworried. Oh, hi, Miss Newgod. Aren't you out panicking with the other adults? I'm busy with things. You two seem calm. The new god's bluffing. You worked it out. She destroys the world. That destroys her too, right? That'd be real stupid of her, and the gods are all smart. She ain't gonna do it, nothing. He said the kind thing would be to not explain it. As you understand it, you and the dreamer would simply go home upon this world's erasure. That's good thinking. Thanks. Ask about their game. So what are you playing here? We're trying to figure out how the man with the cups got everyone to guess wrong except for that guy he's in cahoots with. And to give them credit, these kids were observant enough to identify the Confederate in the scam. So I have the scammer full of customers, you understand it's all sleight of hand. We don't know the specifics of the trick. Wanna watch? Sure. The world's ending at the moment, and we're just like, let's watch these kids. Boy 1 places the ball under the cups, making sure both you and Boy 2 see which one it was. Then he shuffles the 3 cups around on the floor. His dexterity impresses, but you still have a little trouble following which cup contains the ball. Guess. You and Boy 2 plant the same cup. That one. Boy 1 lifts the cup to reveal nothing. Strangely, he looks just as frustrated as Boy 2. Dang it, we got it wrong again. He turns over the other cups to reveal the ball's location and scratches his head. This is highly puzzling to you. This sort of trick depends on the trickster knowing what the trick is. For that matter, he should be able to feel the ball inside the cup as he moves it. So if he's feigning confusion, he's doing an excellent acting job. You have no idea what's going on. Okay. I'm sure that's going to be important in like 2 seconds. We try, but the door is locked. Were you listening to our conversation earlier? Yes, sir. Good, we may be short on time. I think I've guilted her into sulking for a while, but the rest will be up to you. I can't get to her, though. I think she's hiding in a big cube in the sky. Is that right? Closes his eyes for a moment, then winces in pain. Correct. You'll have to get inside. But how? For starters, you'll need some remedial math education. We'll get to programming lessons after that, but first... But I'm no good at math. Who told you that? Everyone, it's the only subject I get C's in. My friends say it's because I'm a fake Asian. First of all, if that's how your friends talk about you, don't take a word they say seriously and find better ones. Second, I know for a fact your math aptitude is through the ceiling. The problem, so you'll tell me in the future, is that you've always been good enough at memorization to avoid failing math, despite never learning it. How am I supposed to catch up in time, though? She could destroy everything any minute. Just got that blue textbook on the shelf. We'll start by diagnosing where you're stuck. You work through a number of math problems, all of which are way too easy for you, but Ken Pathrick still interrogates you on your thought process. Eventually, he asks you a question you don't know the answer to straight away. What is 2 to the power of 4? Let's see here. It's
Hold on. 2 times 2 is 4. You can't have an exponent of 1, right? So that is 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 16. No, wait, hold on. 4. Yeah, that's what I thought. 16. Correct. Can you explain how you came to that answer? I kind of just remembered it. In that case, can you give me a definition of exponentiation? Of what? Of numbers. 1 to the power of another. One number to the power of another. No. Think about how you write out multiplication as addition problem. 2 times 4 is 2 4s added together. Powers are the same thing, but with multiplication instead of addition. 2 to the power of 4 is 4 2s multiplied together. Exponentiation is to multiplication, as multiplication is to addition. Ooh, get me out. He puts it that way. You think it finally clicks with you. You will always get analogies in the language arts class. Okay, 2, 4, 8, 16. I get it now. Good, now let's 2 to the power of 0. 0? Don't guess. If you don't know, say so. I don't know. 1, it's 1. 1? Where's the 1 come from? It was always there. Everything raised to the power of 0 is 1. When you picture the numbers to multiply together, you can also picture 1 times to the left of them. When the power is 0, there is nothing to multiply, so it's just 1. When I work out exponents, I always start with the base to the power of 0, which is always 1. The power goes up by 1, multiply by the base. When the power goes down by 1, divide by the base. Get me out. Get me out of this hellscape. Now then, what is 2 to the power of negative 3? 1 divided by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Remember, fractions let you turn division into multiplication. Let me out. 1 over 8. Very good. You were close, Silver. 1 over 8. Everything starts sinking in much faster. You get to see how hard stuff can be broken down to the easy stuff. Next topic is numbers that aren't on base 10, which is new to you. No. Convert the normal base 10 number 197 to base 2 or binary. It's normal to use trial and error. Start from the left and see how each digit or bit affects the total. And remember, a number written in digits is essentially an addition problem. Okay. Okay, that's 1. Okay. Where's a sword? I need seppuku. You know what? I don't even care if it's dishonorable. Someone behead me. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, wait. Where is, like... Hold on. Wait. Isn't, like... 258... You know what? Hold on. Oh, I brute forced it. I brute forced it. We're good. Excellent. I think you're ready for an introduction to programming. No. The first thing to understand is that a program is basically step-by-step instruction manual for the computer to follow. Second is that computers are calculators, they only understand numbers. Third, feels like empathic is teaching you 10 entirely new ideas a minute, yet you somehow have no trouble keeping up. Even though there's no computer here, when you close your eyes, it's like you can see what each program he writes on the paper would do. In a matter of hours, or at least, it feels like hours, you feel as comfortable reading programs as you do reading English, and using them to solve geometry problems as you do writing a book report. Okay, we're fine. So what do I do now that I know all this stuff? What do you have to do to get inside that cube? Taught you the basics of everything the dreamer herself can do in this world, which is theoretically almost anything. Not going to say we're inside a computer, as that is certainly a gross oversimplification. Everything in this world, in fact, is controlled by a complex program, which is in your power to tweak. So go learn more about that program. Examine things closely. Find functions that can help you get to where the dreamer is. Got it, I'll try. Good, in the meantime, I'm exhausted. I'm going to take a nap. Good night, and thank you. Thank you. With that, Kempathrig closes his eyes. In seconds, he is in a deep slumber. A chill goes up your spine as something tells you this may have been the last conversation he will ever have. You try not to think about this. You nod politely, steel yourself for the task ahead, and leave the house. I know the first place we're going. This time, when Boy 1 places the ball into the cup, you concentrate on any code that might be influencing its behavior. Everything that seems to move more slowly when you look at it this way. Tell exactly where the ball is at all times. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened yet. It is behaving according to regular physics, and just as Boy 1 stops moving the cups, the ball suddenly vanishes. Excitedly, you turn your attention to the other cups to see where it has gone. But, hey, where'd it go? I don't know. The ball is under none of the cups. It has disappeared entirely from the room. Man, we ought to split before that guy comes back. Hey, don't tell him we lost his ball, okay, Miss New God? Sure, no problem. Except without the Eureka feeling at the end. Yeah. Though I never had college chess feel like a Eureka moment. I've always been a good test taker without studying. You stick around for a while, wondering where the ball might have gone. You found it. You think you can figure out what's going on in the code to make it behave the way it does. Your worry, though, is that it escaped beneath the floorboards and is already a mile downriver. Examine the cups. Integrate every physical and programmatic property of the 3 cups. It is therefore with absolute confidence you now know these to be utterly normal cups. These cups? Normal.
Try, but the door is still locked. Walk down the riverbed. Examine it. Enter it. Mr. and Mrs. Miller must have gotten the news going by their dismal expressions. Despite this, they remain hard at work. Every few minutes, a bag of grain comes down from the freight elevator. For one of them to carry to the bin before it can be milled. The baby in the crib is peacefully invalidly asleep. It's too tall to see the top, but you're told it goes all the way up to the barn. Oh, Sarah, it's all so terrible.
I know, I'm sorry. The world is ending and we're like, no, I'm figuring this out.
I want to do what I can. I can't promise anything.
If you do what Keymailer cannot, you'll be in your debt until the end of time.
If you succeed or fail, you hope that you won't have to stay here for that long. If there's any way we can help you, just say so. I will, thank you. They bow and return to their labors. Inspect it closely. The blue plintic glistens in the sunlight. Never noticed it before, but you think there's a pattern to the arrangement of its facets. Give it your full concentration. Selling its inner workings as a good luck charm are exposed to you. Its exact function is vague, as Keymailer told you it would be, but one thing is certain. Whatever it does on exactly the molecules that compromise your body and Lakshi's. You think you could lever this to apply some code of your choice to yourself or Lakshi. While you're at it, you study your own body. As it turns out, the human body is complicated. But now you have a better understanding of the cardiovascular system, and the silver god blood that you and apparently all humans in this world have. While you aren't too keen to experiment on yourself, you suspect you could induce some of the silver blood's functions, such as self-oxygenation and bioluminescence, through code instead of through physical stress. This is undoubtedly the sort of thing the dreamer could do just by thinking it, but you'd be more confident using the charm as training wheels for now. Can I enter the door in the back? Okay. Walk up to the top of the canyon. Enter the barn. A row of indescribable bovines, something or other, are feeding from the trowel in the walls. They seem unperturbed by the impending doom of the world. The farmer, by contrast, is a nervous wreck. A corner of the barn, okay. Watch the elevator work. After a few minutes wait, a farmhand brings a bag of grain to the elevator. You observe the elevator's operation with care as the bag descends into the darkness. Nothing in particular jumps out about the process, but when the platform returns to stop, something catches your eye. A few motes of dust or stray fragments of grain continue moving upward even after the platform stops, in complete defiance of gravity. You never would have noticed them had you not been paying close attention. You quickly lose them again, but you are sure they were moving at the same speed the elevator was before it stopped. This merits further investigation, you decide. Take your eye down. Hold on. On. Enter the mill. Wait for one of the bags of grain to come down before asking. Excuse me, may I ride the elevator back up? Your sudden perplexing request jars Mr. and Mrs. Miller from their state of crushing worry. You want to go up the freight shaft, where it's all dark and cramped? We never go up there unless it breaks and we have to. Won't you rather walk? The weather's wonderful today. The world's ending! But you know, the weather's wonderful. I'm sorry, and I can't really explain it, but it's important. At this, the Millers drop everything to help you. By all means, then. Thank you. For instruction, you sit in the middle of the platform, keeping your center of gravity low and stable. Ready? Ready. With much jolting, gyring, and clanking, the elevator begins to carry you upward. It's utterly dark in the elevator shaft. You turn your complete attention to the physical programmatic nature of your movement in the elevators. It isn't quite as simple as finding the explicit variables for velocity, inertia, and gravity. Every physical property in this world seems to be a bizarre side effect of much more granular processes on subatomic particles. Suddenly it feels like something in the physical world caught your eye. You had to break your concentration to see what it is, though. See what that was. And into daylight reaches your eyes from above via doorway in the earthen wall. You think you could jump through when it passes you. Jump through the doorway. Quickly but carefully you come to your feet. The doorway reaches you, you jump. Perfect landing. The playground at recess more than prepared you for this. You find yourself in a cramped room full of ceiling-high shelves stacked with goods, including bags of flowers you assume came straight from the mill via the elevator. You're pretty sure this is the back of the general store. In the far wall is an open doorway to the freight elevator shaft. You prefer to exit by the proper door in the near wall. There's a trap door in the floor, open it! Opens with a horrendous creak, but at least the hinges don't fall apart. Below, you see a crawl space that you suspect extends beneath the entire floor of the store. Enter the crawl space. It's pitch black beneath the store. You have a few inches of clearance above your head. Trapdoor is beneath you. Make yourself glow. You're about to attempt probably comes with some risk of permanently messing yourself up, but you remind yourself that there's far more at stake here than just you. You take hold of the charm and think through the change to the code. Crawl further in. It's cramped and dusty down here. You're happy to see the mysterious vanishing ball a few feet in front of you. Examine it. There's nothing to visibly distinguish it from an ordinary ball. Pick it up. You're pleased to see that it doesn't vanish between your fingers when you pick it up. As you can think of no reason to continue hanging around down here, you turn to the storage room. Upon exiting the crawl space, you extinguish your silver glow. Investigate its anomalous properties. It's tricky business. You don't want to move it around too much lest it escape your grasp. Since you know what you're looking for, though, it's not impossible. Seems that bouncing it around enough triggers a function that causes it to jump instantaneously to a space behind an adjacent surface. The effect isn't as powerful as general teleportation, or time travel for that matter, but you suspect the principle is similar. More importantly, this particular pass-through walls function is simple enough for you to feel confident about using it yourself under the right circumstances. Okay, now we have learned teleportation. Now we...
Now we're going to go all the way up. Finally, in the instant the elevator stops, you have your breakthrough. There is the slightest possible delayed action between when the elevator ceases to exert force on you and when your body actually begins to decelerate. And see how you could have disrupted the program in that exact moment as to let you continue moving upward indefinitely. With a jerk, you are aware of your surroundings again. The farmer notices your arrival via freight elevator and is clearly confused by it, but says nothing. Okay, I think we are ready. Because we went to the... Let me just make sure we can't go into the river again. Alright. Into the mill. And thank you for the Tamagotchi. I will drink. Go to the field. Oh my god, this is like so good. We have ads in 40 seconds though. This is so good. I think we're gonna play through it all tonight, chat. Like, I don't want to let the game go. Oh, let me make sure, because I don't think I have my... Okay, there we go. I'm gonna wait for ads to start because I need to go use the bathroom. Everyone, go get your drinks. We're selling in. I think we're hitting the finale. Come on. Come on, ads. I need to pee. I'm struggling to stay awake, but I want to see the end. There is always the VOD. Which I'll put up both. Wait, I did press record, right? I did press record, right? Yeah, I pressed record and I also cleaned out my... I actually don't have any more room left on my thing. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do about storage. But if you need sleep, there will be the VOD. And I think with how it works on Twitch is that it will automatically drop you off at where you left, maybe? But let me go pee. I am back from peeing. This feels like the ending of a TV show, the series finale, right? I'm also choosing the perfect music for this. But like, yeah, it kind of feels like the series finale, don't it? Okay, ads are over, and now we examine it. I'm not sure what is the more pressing question. How the dreamer made this thing, or why? Lakshi is... The townspeople are arranged in a circle directly beneath the marble cube high above. Lakshi is leading them in prayers of supplication to the dreamer, imploring her to change her mind. She seems to be the acknowledged authority when God wisdom matters are afoot. Oh, Sarah, is something the matter? No, not the matter really, but I thought I should tell you about my plan. Now you say out loud, plan feels like a strong word. Of course, of course. If there's anything I can do to help, just name it. You take a deep breath. I'm going to try and get inside the cube, so I can talk the dreamer out of this. I think I know how to get up there, and if you trust me, I think you should come too. You know, that's past the edge of space, I will go with you. To be extra clear, I don't know if I actually know what I'm doing. It might not be safe. If it's too dangerous to take me with you, I can never let you go there myself, so take me or stay. Conscious that you've just been talked into the position you put forward in the first place, you nod. Then we'll go together. Good. I'm ready whenever you are. Okay, I'm going to try something, so just give me a minute. Oh, she's already prepared. There's nothing left to do but apply what you've learned. Jump and keep going with the charm. You steel yourself. Lakshi, please take my hand. She does. On the count of 3, I want you to jump straight up. It'd be best if we jump at the same speed, but I think we can adjust after. Alright, I'll try to match you. 1, 2, you clutch the charm. 3, you jump. Lakshi jumps. Neither of you slow down. Ah! In hindsight, you might have prepared Lakshi better for what was about to happen. Don't worry, the worst thing that can happen is we fall back down. Falling would be great. What happens if we never do? This somehow hadn't occurred to you. Nervously, you look up. You are relieved to see that you're on target. Probably. Well, the town people don't seem worried, at least. They're still praying. Of course they are. They think you're a grown-up god. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still with you. This is just a little out of my experience. It's not like I've done this either. I'm just trying to stay calm. Of course, yes, of course. I think I should just maybe shut my eyes for a while. Good idea. At a low speed, the journey upward takes some time. Finally, the bottom face of the giant marble cube looms above you.
The wind is tremendous up here, but you managed to cling to the surface by static. Your first order of business is walking over the 90-degree edges to come to the top, if only to ease your anxiety about being over 1,000 feet in the air. Lakshi stays glued to your side the whole time. Next, you carefully inspect the 4 vertical faces of the cube. This confirms what I worried you from the beginning. There are no entrances. It doesn't rule out one thing you might try, though. The surface of the cube is impossibly smooth. Not only is it real marble, it is cut and finished to a degree of perfection that is found only in the realm of pure mathematics. There are no entrances to the inside. The wind up here is terrifying. Wonder how thick the wall is. Use the charm to pass through it. Oh, you should have to think what awaits you beyond the wall of this cube. Even more than how much you shudder to be this high up, strange gravity or no. Use the charm to pass through it. Okay, this is it. What is it? I'm going to send us through the wall. It'll be in the blink of an eye. I don't think it will feel like anything. Well, she holds on tighter to you, if that were possible. I am ready. The question remains whether you are really ready, though. You get the feeling there will be no turning back from here. One way or the other, this is the end. Pass through the wall. Wow, this is tense. Yeah, you clutch the charm. You breathe. You think. You are through the wall. Well done. Oh wait, what does this sound like? No, that's too much. The inside is bigger than you thought. You and Lakshi are standing on a marble dais. Where you expected walls, there's only an expanse of unguessable depth packed with stars. She's holding your hand and shaking. You squeeze her hand, she seems calmed down a bit. The dreamer sits with her feet dangling over the edge. Her back is to you. After a minute of trying, you still don't know how to start. If you don't have anything to say, you're free to leave. Sorry. What is this place? Just a practice universe. What do you mean? Dreamer stands up, steps away from the edge, and sighs. Craig made me feel bad, so I decided if it would be possible to course correct a world as bad as the one we made. It isn't. I've tried everything. Direct intervention whenever anyone does something bad. Modifying the environment to push aggressiveness on an evolutionary level. Going down there myself to tell everyone to be nice. Nothing works. The only worlds with a moderate amount of suffering are the ones with no intelligent life. You did all that? In only a few hours? A few trillion years, objectively. 50 years or 2 weeks, subjected to me, depending on how you measure it. It's complicated. Doesn't feel much longer than a few hours, anyway. I don't understand. If you regret the creation of our world so much that you wish to destroy it, why make so many more? I also want to see if I could get numb to it. Stop caring so much that we made a world this saturated with pain and suffering. Her voice is starting to break up. I thought maybe if I just get used to it, I could say screw him, let him live. Like Craig wanted me to. There are tears rolling down her cheeks. It didn't work. I can't let any of this exist if I can help it. What was that? The speed of light works a bit differently than in our universe, but we're still a few light minutes away from most of these worlds. It takes a bit before we can see them going out. Stop it! Weren't you listening? I already did it. Please, put them back. There is no recycle bin here. I don't have the same ones and zeros written down anywhere. No. She tries throwing a punch, it's not hard to catch. Another punch, same story. What is wrong with you? If I was getting weepy a minute ago, she's having an absolute meltdown. Sarah, listen. They didn't feel a thing. They're just gone. They never existed. I made a mistake, and I fixed it. How many families did you just kill? How many? This isn't killing, it's undoing. You're just trying to make yourself feel better. I'll never forgive you, ever. She's thrashing about even harder now. Not that it amounts to anything. Ugh, I'm the same age of you. I'm going to tear you to pieces. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Sarah's friend, I think her name was Lakshi, finally pulls her away. She holds the sobbing Sarah in her arms and looks up at me, furious. How could a friend of Kim Pathridge treat the little ones so callously? Maybe to those who can summon and dispel thousands of worlds on a whim, this all makes sense. But you must remember a time before it did, when you were a child yourself. If it's time for my will to end, and there's no preventing it, then stop talking and end it. Don't saddle her with a weight you can just bear on... Don't saddle her with a weight you can bear just fine on your own. As I watch Sarah cry her eyes out, one thought bothers me more than any other. I know she won't really remember me when she goes home, but I know she'll remember what I did. I don't know if she'll ever get over it. Maybe she'll invent a happy ending as a coping mechanism, and that's the version of the story she told me in the present. Maybe it's because something's wrong with me, with my sense of right and wrong. This bothers me so much more than anything that's happened on any of these worlds does. If I go through with this on the world outside, none of them will feel it. But she will. Forever. I sit down and stare at the floor. Sarah stops crying after a while, but she doesn't say anything afterward. Nobody does for what feels like an hour. You win. Huh? You win. I'll take care of Tyler. Sorry. Corneon. And send us all home. Then I'll leave Lakshi's world alone forever. Really? Yeah, happy now, you big baby. Sarah and Lakshi are obviously trying to swallow any indignation they feel at this remark, no doubt trying to avoid provoking me into changing my mind again. That said, Sarah does dare to ask one follow-up question. So he won't stick around to help fix things after he's out of the way? I mean, I'm fine with that. I do really want to go home, but... You can stay longer if you want. I don't care. If you figure out how to get into this box, you'll figure out how to get home too. It's not that hard. I won't have to kill myself, will I? What? No, where'd you get that idea? Forget whatever you were picturing. It's a no fuss, no mess function. I come to my feet again. Sarah and Lakshi do likewise. Thank you. I still think you were wrong. Really, really wrong. But I know you weren't trying to hurt anyone, so I'm sorry I tried to hit you. You can make up for it by helping me with my English homework. See you when I see you. Lakshi bows to me, somewhat shakily. Knock that off. I can see everywhere Tyler's been on the timeline. It'd be great if I could just go to the earliest point and stop him then. That would change the future so fundamentally, it would amount to erasing all the people Sarah's worried about me erasing anyway. The only two reasonable points I could confront him. At the latest point in the bird people's history he's been to, let this outlier point near the end of time, after everyone else is gone. I'll go with the latter. Better for having a private discussion.
Oh, we still have the option, but let me go to an actual let's what is this one? Nah. What's this one? No, wait, that's perfect.
Tyler's here. The world is dead. All organic matter decayed into dust millennia ago. Tyler's here.
Thank you for sharing tonight. I'm sorry I can't stay, too sleepy. Don't worry, I will send you the upload as soon as it's up, and you can watch it even before it's official on YouTube. So you can watch it while you are getting ready tomorrow or doing whatever tomorrow. So please sleep well, rest up, and let's have this final confrontation. He looks ridiculous with that cape and sword. Approach him. And Tyler hears me. He turns around. Hey, Denise.
Hey.
Can you believe this? Everything's so real.
There's mountain, ocean, cities, insane wars, magic.
I mean, obviously not right now, but...
Shut up for a second.
Oh, okay.
Let's make this quick. You got two choices. 1. Go back in time just after the latest point you've been. Tell all your followers to lay down their arms and disavow any and all claims concerning your godhood. 2. Go straight home. Right now. Tyler still stares at me, baffled. You're serious? Do I look like I'm not serious?
What's your deal? You know this is just the program, right? It doesn't matter what we do here, it's just bytes on a disc.
Tyler, I'm not going to debate you on the metaphysics of this stupid place. Do I said.
Or what? Make me?
My patience is running low. I decided to be cathartic to demonstrate how ridiculous it is of him to say, make me, to someone who knows how this world works like I do. I pick a spot several miles away and configure a clump of subatomic particles just so. Close your eyes.
Huh? I hope he did. Denise really went, I'm dropping an atomic bomb. How did you? She took the nuclear option, literally.
How did you? Wait for it. You want a physics simulation, right? There's your physics. Now clean up your mess or go home. No. There's Stubborn, and then there's Tyler. I've waited my whole life for something like this. I don't care how powerful you are here. If you want me to quit, you'll have to beat me first. Beat you? I'm not going to play your messed up games, Tyler. Tyler points his sword in my direction. What a joke. Severing the connection to the brain is a ticket back to Earth, right? Yes, technically. If you don't bother to figure out the right way. We'll see who goes home first, then. Tyler charges at me with his sword. Yeah! Now he's in the middle of his swing. Time doesn't move unless I pay attention to it, so there's no hurry to decide how I'll respond. Teleport a few steps out of the way. Tyler's sword swings through the air where I had been a split seconds ago. I'm not the only one who can do that. He winds up giving me far more time than I need to see his attempt at teleportation coming. Upon cursory inspection, I determined he's using an inefficient method of inducing teleportation. That makes sense. He didn't spend enough time studying the fundamentals of program. Everything he can do here, he learned from trial and error. It's trivial for me to change his destination by a few yards. He starts his swing, disappears, then lands in the wrong spot, another miss. The only reason I don't send you home myself is because it will make Sarah and Craig happier if you made some amends first. I got no amends to make. I'm the only reason there was any civilization here at all. Yeah, because you gave them so many millennia to try for themselves. Shut up, I gave them purpose. Tyler points his free hand at me. He's preparing to fire. His hand glows silver, which would be from the divine element he was so keen on getting into the simulation. I can't believe he thinks that's anything to me while that mushroom cloud's still in the sky. Fireproof myself. Isn't much trouble for me to set maximum limit on the temperature of the space occupied by my body. The air around me goes up in flames, but to me it feels like an electric blanket. Tyler's clearly startled. I imagine he expected me to redirect or extinguish the fire. How are you doing that? If you can't guess, it's too late to learn. Tyler is furious. He tries to crank up the heat, but all that does is make the pyrotechnics show more impressive. Let him wear himself out. I let the fire rage on. Doesn't look like Tyler's going to wear out anytime soon, though. You can't hold it back forever. I can, in fact, hold it back forever. Tyler doesn't realize what's happening until his sword is too hot to hold. Ah! It falls to the ground. For good measure, to drive the point home, I raise the heat. The sword is now a boiling pile of iron and carbon. Tyler steps away from it with his arms covering his face. His unsettlement is short-lived, though. It recovers and ignites the air around me again, still to no effect. Disable the divine element. I think it's time to take fire out of the equation. Has to be a local change instead of a universal one. Since making it universal would affect the past as well, that's not too tricky. The divine element disabled, the silver glow surrounding Tyler immediately vanishes. He's rattled at first, then he's furious. You know, it was one thing when you wanted to cut my head off, but it's pretty sadistic to try killing someone with fire. Come off it, I knew you weren't going to just let it burn you.
I was trying to make an opening.
Ah, and when you kept going, you were trying to see if it was possible to give me a tan.
Screw you.
I still have to wonder, this is weird behavior for someone who's otherwise so incessantly friendly. Are you simply that good at compartmentalizing your psychopathy?
No! How can you say that after all I've done for you? Oh no. You were miserable if I told you about my project. Everyone saw it. I'm mad because now I finally got what makes me happy and you're trying to take it away for no reason. Stop making such a big deal out of everything. This isn't real. There's the Denise I know. Good to see she's still snide. she just needed a straight heterosexual white boy on a power trip to be like, I need to end this, man. You are no real if it begged you for mercy, which I bet it has, repeatedly. Go to hell. I first guessed that Tyler would go on the attack again, but what he tries is a bit smarter. He's about to jump to the distant past, which he thinks he can escape that way. Redirect him to a second from now. Tyler's neither fast nor slow enough to make this difficult. Disappears 1 second, shows up right where he was the next second. Somehow, despite all the evidence I can handle whatever he tries to do, he's still surprised. Lucky guess. It really isn't. Sure enough, he's about to try again. The result on this attempt is the same. I can keep this up as long as you can. If I get sick of this before you give up, I'm just going to send you home. Move the past farther away. It's time to try a new way to make him see how out of depth he is. I consider my approach for a frozen minute. A simple adjustment to the fundamental physical constants, applied only to the past, post-organic matter era, should suffice to put more time between us and the past. That should keep both him away from anywhere he can do harm and freak him out a little. I'll jump where he does, of course. Let's see how this goes. Oh! Oh, that's awesome.
This immediately feels weirder than I thought it would.
What did you do?
Get this into your head. You're trying to play chess after only learning checkers. Say you'll disband your stupid, gross, narcissistic cult, or go home. I suppose you want to chaperone me, make sure I say everything you want me to say and apologize sufficiently.
Obviously. What a teardown. Over my dead body.
Crying out loud, he's going to try again. Sever the past from the present. I've had it with him. I found an interface for reassigning segments of memory to a new virtual address space. That'll make everything in the rest of the timeline completely inaccessible from where we are. This one's irreversible. I'll let time hang for a minute to make sure I'm ready. Tyler stares into space for some time. Where'd it go? Away! You didn't delete the hole. No, that would have been kinder. But no, it's still there. Which is somewhere else now. And we can't get back, can we? From here, definitely not. At least, I don't know how I would. Once we're back in our world, who knows? But I doubt it. Tyler's shoulders slump. He sits down and stares at the lifeless dirt. I'll never understand how you could throw away this world. It's the most amazing thing any human being has ever seen. Well, I'll never understand how you could treat something as amazing like it's your own imaginary kingdom. But here we are. You could have made another world for yourself if you didn't like my idea of fun and adventure. You really don't get that you're a genocidal maniac, do you? Enlighten me. His voice is sarcastic, but I think he actually does want me to explain my thinking. Seriously, try to get through to him. Don't know why I'm bothering. I don't know him another damn word. Remember that question you asked me to kick all this off? That whether the universe is digital or analog? Get wrecked, nerd, Denise. Sure. I have thought about it a little. I think when you said digital and analog, you were at least subconsciously thinking fake and real. Well, sure, I guess. That's part of the idea, right? Analog means continuous, infinitely divisible, like things in the physical world. If something's digital, that means it's discrete. It can be expressed purely with finite integers. It's an approximation of the real world. Nothing real is that simple. That's not completely wrong, but you're missing something. What's that? Say you've got a music CD. It's digital audio, a discrete approximation of the original continuous sound wave. It's a good approximation, but it's not the real thing, right? Right. When you play it back, though, you get an actual sound wave again. Your ears wouldn't hear it if it weren't an analog wave moving through the air. You can say it's not the exact same wave they heard in the recording booth, sure, but you'd never say it's not music. So if you still want to assume everything's here in digital and therefore fake, even though it seems to talk to our very analog brains just fine, just because it sticks to some rules that are pretty similar to a program we wrote, then I'm out of ways to change your mind. Tyler doesn't speak for some time. It could all be nothing but a dream too. Fingers crossed. Seriously, fingers crossed. I think my ability to sleep going forward will be contingent on all those worlds I practiced on and took back not feeling real. Might be a similar story for him. Okay, time to go. Fine. Okay. My whole body feels like lead. Hold on. We're going back to the Persona 3 soundtrack. Hold on. No. Where is it? This sucks. Did I mess up the return function? Should've just erased the whole damn thing. I can't believe I let Sarah wind me out of it. I'm such a pushover. Ask, and it will be given to you. For everyone who asks receives. Yeah, that's me. Just cry a little and I'll do whatever the hell you want. Not a responsible way to handle omnipotence. I think she's really awake this time. Denise, how you feeling? And my head clears, I realize I'm in a hospital bed. I think that's an IV in my arm. I'm starving. I look over and Craig and Sarah sing at the bedside. Can't describe how it feels to see that Craig's the right age and not 93. I'm still mad at him for confronting me with his imminent death by old age so many decades. So many decades early. I kind of lift my arm and sort of try to make a fist. Craig gently fist bumps me. I guess that's alright. I let my arm rest again. Sarah filled me in. Pretty crazy stuff. A lot of my memories have been coming back since we finished the program and I saw it again. Sorry to hear that. Don't be. They're not all bad memories, really. I feel much better this way. Ask Sarah how things went. So, how did things go after I left? You mean after you vanished in the middle of the lab or after you left out of the world? The latter. It was for Sarah. Well, I remember things were tense for a while. It took me a bit to get enough of a handle on the timeline, address, space to realize you trapped yourself in Tyler in the future. I'm impressed you figured it out. Not bad for a 6th grader. Thanks. After that, Lakshi and I went all over the place spreading the good news about how the time god was gone forever. There were a few battles that popped up with the holdouts, which I aired on the side of stopping humanely instead of decisively. Concentrated blizzards, turning the ground into 2 feet of quicksand, that type of thing. Very elegant. Lakshi became a major fan of yours pretty quickly. Real 180. She maintained you were watching over us the whole time, and after the librarian of the capital city, she insisted to wave to you from the citadel. Oh, and after the liberation of the capital city, she insisted we wave to you from the citadel. I actually found that moment on the computer after we added time controls to the program. Here's a picture. Sarah takes a photograph of her backpack and holds it close for me to see. Sure enough, it's at the monitor in the lab. The image on the screen does look kind of like a pixely rendering of young Sarah and a bird person waving to the camera. All's well ends well, I guess. I feel pretty good about how I left things. Tyler make it back okay? Yes, he's a few rooms down the hallway. Woke up yesterday. Guess that's because he's in better shape than you. Checks out. We only visited him. He seems physically okay, just a bit sullen.
Except for the other universes we destroyed, but we didn't get close to those. We only got close to Lakshi universe.
Kinda weird to see him like that, but I bet he'll be back to normal soon. For better or worse. I wonder about that. Let them steer the conversation, because I'm exhausted. You know, Sarah's been pretty evasive about my part in all this. Given to understand it's mostly an advisory role, but she won't give me any specifics. You don't need to know them. Have it your way, I guess. I guess I'll figure it out when I get there. You really believe all this, don't you? Why not? Maybe it's an elaborate hoax the rest of us are pulling on you. What about the program? Hard to explain how it runs on a computer with those specs. Maybe we have the monitor connected to an underground supercomputer. I checked the cables. Anyway, is it surprising I believe it? You've always said I'm the credulous type. Can't argue with that. The conversation dies for a while. Despite myself, one question eventually comes to me. So we know I'm the only one who thought we should delete the whole thing. Craig and Sarah nod. What if we'd known what would happen from the start, though? Can we agree we wouldn't have written the program? That's tricky. I think I have to recuse myself from the question. I lived there for months after you left. I made plenty of friends. I helped Lakshi find her lost children. It'd feel gross for me to say I wouldn't do it all over again. I won't pretend I feel as strongly about it, but I think the reason I got involved in the first place still holds. I think there were signs. I can't say I wouldn't do it again. I'll never understand you people. Craig checks his watch. Change of subject. Your parents should be here for their shift pretty soon. Is it a weekday? Saturday. I don't think they're expecting you to hurry back to school, though. Oh, you nerds. I can't believe I'm here with you people. Just tell it to me straight. How far back am I on homework? A little over a month. Thought so. I hope I don't get held back. That wouldn't be fun. We did bring some textbooks in case you feel well enough to get a head start later. That makes me even more tired just to think about it. I retract my statement. Getting held back sounds great. Well, if you don't want to study, I also picked out a non-textbook book in case you get bored. Craig pulls out a paperback. As soon as I see the words, "A Tale of," I lean my head back and sigh. You're hilarious, Craig. Don't ever change. Oh no, I'm covering up the end. Hold on. No! No! Design, written and programmed by Robert Carlson. A Tale of Two Cities, written by Charles Dickens. Used and modified with apologies to the author. For full licensing details, see the text files and third-party subject. Oh man. That was good. The Amateur Deity Society. We did become gods. All of us. Oh, hold on. We're listening to Persona music now. But wow. What an ending. I don't think I have anything to say. That game was good. Needs music, but that's it. That's all. And, like, that was a good ending. Like, everything came back around and we were nice. We didn't kill Tyler, unfortunately. Probably should have. Since, you know, he's probably gonna be weird and the wheel will too. But, oh. Well, now, I just, that was so good. There's like nothing I'd change, really. Game of the year, 2024 maybe. And like, it got really philosophical there for a moment. But it was still snarky. It was still the amateur snarks, well, the expert snark society. The expert sardonic society. The experts of snide. I'm surprised at how enjoyable that was to watch. I mean, yeah, it was just a bunch of text, but yeah, that was just a visual novel. I need the movie. I need the anime adaptation. I need the manga adaptation. I need the audio drama. There's another ending I saw, yeah. I need the I need everything. I'm going to do fan art, I think. Plus, I don't know how different it is. Well, I think we've ended on a good ending. Like, I think that was the true ending. But now, let's see here. Did I miss anything? Okay, making sure I did not. Yeah, it's probably the bad ending. Viv is still on. He's playing Danganronpa. How rare of us to start with a good ending. Unfortunate. Yeah, it's quite fortunate this time around.
Let's see who's on. No. I'm talking about myself too, same. Let's see, there's Roy, Gil, Ralphie, Viv, Kiro. You know what? Let's just call it. Normally I would rate into someone, but I think that ending was just too perfect to just go into someone else. I'm emotional now. Yeah, we can't follow up on that. We can't follow up on that. that best game I've probably gotten from Keymailer. Although Sign Mary's pretty good too. Sign Mary and Afterplays are kinda up there too. Like honestly, yeah. Be sure to tell them it was a hit on stream. Yeah, I'm going to put that in my review. But now I'm going to say goodbye, amateur deities. See you on Saturday. If I stream Saturday. We'll probably stream Saturday, but see you later, amateur deities. Good night and good fortune.